This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington. It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life.
Welcome to Dead Radio.
We're not doing that.
How did she come to have sex with a dead man?
Don't call me Radio Unit 91.
You're a dead man. You're a dead man!
He's God here in this radio station.
Place where the dead speak.
Rebel Radio!
I'm a fake? Yes. How'd you like to be dead?
You ever think about doing radio?
My team is dead!
But you're not crazy. You're me. And this is just radio.
By the powers vested in me by the Federal Communications Commission, I command you to get on the microphone in a serious manner and continue this broadcast.
I like that.
Dude, that was awesome. Where'd you find that one?
I like that.
That was from the Howard Stern movie, Private Parts.
Oh, yeah.
I
heard that movie.
I don't even know where half those clips come from.
There's Super Troopers and
Oh God.
there's some fucking what's his name? God damn it! The guy he was. Oh shit! Now I'm losing it. He was in Days of Thunder. He was like the mentor. What the fuck's his name?
Oh shit.
It's driving me nuts.
Duvall?
Yeah,
Yes, Robert Duvall. Some
Yeah,
Robert
yeah.
Duvall movie got here in this radio station and
Nice.
Pet Cemetery and stuff
Where's
like that.
Ricky Bobby?
Dumb and Dumber. He didn't talk about radio.
Yeah.
He's got two first names.
Oh, you know what? But you got him talking about how do you listen to the stereo and watch TV at the same time?
Oh,
That
wow.
might be something.
I like the party.
Not really radio.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
We'd like to thank the baby Jesus for what we were about to eat.
Yeah.
He had a beard, for God's sakes.
Yeah, I just watched that like 2 days ago.
Oh, that's how I ain't gonna lie.
Well, welcome everyone. Episode 154, off and running.
We couldn't have gotten 102? Fuck.
We're quickly approaching 2 years or 3 years worth of episodes.
Nice.
Nice.
Some stupid thing that we're
We're
not
gonna
going to go into it
Explaining
again.
Can we come back for 200? We're going to throw a big sick party, pack 20 bands.
do
We
that.
should probably
Really
do
piss your wife
something
off.
for
Yeah,
one of the centennials.
we kind of
An outdoor
like
festival.
episode 100 was just thrown together too.
Yeah, I think
With
we did nothing.
Tanner and Christian.
Ah, okay. From the Crafted Cup.
I
at
mean, we
44
drank
Raymond Avenue in
2
Kitchener.
bottles of bourbon between the 4 of us, so
Nice.
we did
Champions.
something.
It's that kind of
Champions.
show, fellas.
Buddy, you did
Nice.
something.
So for those who don't know, if you didn't read the YouTube description, we have Hellride 102 in studio. Gertie,
Hello.
he's straight ahead from the camera. To my left, to the left side is Dean. To the right is I forgot your name already. Jay. Sorry.
Good, bud. It's all
What
good.
was your name? Linus?
Doug Beans, who our listeners know as the drummer of Shadow Witch. He's also the drummer for you guys as well. He can't make it or is going to be late. I don't know what the deal is.
I understand he's got practice with the witch people now.
Yeah,
No,
that's what he
so.
said. The witches, as he likes to
Yeah,
call
he's like the
them.
witches or the witch people. That's usually what he calls them. Yeah.
Yeah, but we first heard about you guys at their CD release party for Disciples of the Crow. I got introduced to Gertie here. You probably don't remember. You don't seem like you would remember.
Wow.
At
tell you what,
that
man.
night.
I got
like that, huh? All right.
the 2 shows that I've been to with Shadow Witch, I have gotten hammered at. So, wait, I don't think I should say that. My wife won't let me go to any more.
No,
But,
but
She's
yeah,
like,
I
you
was-
drove home that night, didn't you?
No, I didn't. That's the best part about driving with Doug.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, no.
he's the wheelman,
Doug's
so
the
it's all good.
babysitter.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
100%.
the wheelman.
He brings these guys over for band practice, and then when we're done, he lets these guys drink like pound 4 more beers, and then he's like, "All right," and you sleep in his car waiting. Boys, let's go. It's time to roll it up.
So yeah, you guys. I guess is this your first CD that you put out
Yes, this
together?
is
or-
the inaugural CD.
yeah, Hellride one.
Debut.
I love the label. It's awesome.
Yeah, I
With
love the concept.
yeah.
Done by my friend Gina, who I spelled her name wrong on the back of the CD. So there's nothing wrong
Gotta
there.
love that.
Nothing better than giving credit where credit is due and fucking it up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I gave one of you guys one of them, so grab another one.
Yeah. We have. Oh, there you go. Perfect.
Oh, nice.
That's
what that's
for. How you
for.
promote the CD.
Showing.
Jay, do you want to move that over to the?
Yeah,
I don't.
Jay has stolen.
Jay's
These
freaking
guys-
out about a black dildo.
Stolen the dildo.
No, they stuck it in my face, man.
You know he likes it.
I haven't slapped you in the face with it. It's way too early for that.
Can
We're
I
not
have
drunk
that
enough.
back?
Yeah, no,
Sure,
no,
yeah,
no.
you can take it away from
You
me.
should
You'd
have
be
it.
happy.
It does serve a
It
purpose.
does serve a purpose.
Oh,
Hey,
so we're
no,
fucking you
all
up?
right, good. No, that's good.
No, not really. I mean, like.
No, you got it. You have to lick the suction
I get it.
cup.
It's
That's
a
the
ding
problem.
dong.
There you go. Needs a little saliva.
Wow, that's salty.
Lick your balls, Isaac. Lick your balls. It's-
Jesus, where's that
Right.
been?
I love the CD. I really do.
Excellent,
It's
thank
just
you.
fucking. It's just balls out. Heavy hitting hard rock, which is fun to listen to nowadays in a world full of
fluff.
weird alternative rock.
Yeah.
And banjos.
Yeah, and,
When did the banjos suddenly get this big resurrection?
let's talk about ukuleles too, man.
Yeah, really.
Why am I listening to ukuleles on rock CDs? It's Eddie Vedder's fault, is what
Yeah.
it is.
Yep.
Yeah, well,
Son
except for
of a
that
bitch.
that one dude from Hawaii that plays
Jack
like
Johnson.
no,
Shout
the
out
one
to
kid
Jack
from
Johnson.
Hawaii who plays like while my guitar gently weeps on ukulele.
See that guy? He's like weighs like 500 pounds or something like that.
No, he's like this.
I don't think he's with us anymore.
No, he was like this skinny guy.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen it in years, but man, he was something else. He took it to another level.
Talking about Don Ho.
Eddie Van Halen gets a ukulele and starts finger tapping on it. That's what this guy was. Amazing.
So
But
yeah,
yeah, getting back to the CD and what we do, like I say on stage, we are good old fashioned hair flying, tit swing, and hard rock and roll.
yeah, that's
Works for me.
Booze it up and rev it hard. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. It was like we played a track last week at our break. Are you ready?
Beerlaphone. Sorry, didn't. Every time I hear a beer clang, it's Beerlaphone.
Seems like we're gonna have a very heavy "What are you drinking" episode.
Yeah,
I don't know,
yeah.
but
Well,
we'll talk
I'm
about.
playing.
Yo, what did you get? What'd you get at the? We got. Can we do plugs?
Yeah,
or
well,
can we do plugs here?
Well, hang on. We
gotta get on that mic. We can't hear you.
K&E in
We would
New
like
Paltz.
to
We
thank
bought
Long
this here
Trail for
on the
this
way out.
episode.
Well, hang on. Let's do this. Let's do this real quick.
Yeah. Right now we're plugging us.
It's what are you drinking?
Outstanding.
I like you guys. You laugh at all my stupid shit, all the
I
stupid
love your
shit that
stupid
we make.
shit. I got used to it.
But we actually do a segment on this show called "What Are You Drinking?" and we basically we review alcohol that the guests bring on, what we bring on.
I was hoping on this, to be honest with you.
Jesus,
I'm a
Watch it,
dichotomy.
That's gone. That's
Jay's been
gone.
working on this
I'm a
spiel for like
walking
a week.
dichotomy here. Like,
It's gone.
But yeah, what'd you guys? You brought
I brought a mix 12-pack of Long Trail.
the Blaze box. is
The
it
Blaze
called?
box.
Yeah.
Doug told us to bring booze.
Yeah.
He said, "Bring." I got the text. It says, "Bring
Yeah.
booze."
Yeah.
Yep.
So we
say
did.
that.
Gives us something to talk about.
Long Trail, definitely one of my favorite Vermont breweries. I'm drinking the Citra Blaze, which has got a nice citrus blast to it. Nice bitterness. Too bad there's only 3 of them.
Thing is, I'm drinking Green Blaze, which is very appropriate for me. As
drinking
everyone
Green
knows,
Blaze,
it's got
too.
like a little bud in the middle there. It's kind of it's a hop, I know, but
It's a
I'm
bud.
assuming
It's a bud. They're cousins.
So yeah, what do you think of the Green Blaze? How do you feel
Good.
about it? I think we've talked about
Delicious.
these
Most of them.
this- most of the box.
the,
You guys
um,
have this already? Or?
Yeah, we actually had the rep from Long Trail on the show, and he.
Oh, sweet.
And since Ryan has celiac, he can't have beer, so I got to drink like 12 beers in 2 hours.
Yeah.
So you're
Can't
this.
drink beer.
No, I
Nope.
cannot. I have celiac, which is basically I'm
super
allergic to
gluten.
anything.
You're one of those gluten people.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
but like a
But
real
for a
gluten
real- for a
person,
real
not like a
reason.
trendy
Yeah.
gluten
Yeah.
person.
That's
You're like-
that's where it is. It's a real gluten person because you know you get these people.
Yeah, he can get cancer. if he eats gluten.
Yeah,
I can die
if
from
Yeah.
this shit.
Damn.
It's like,
So what?
I'm
Is
not
this
kidding.
pure whiskey for you? And
It's yeah, I could do any kind of spirits and wine. I've taken a liking to.
Jay, don't drink all his spirits. man.
I've taken a liking to prosecco. I don't know, like
It's light.
Yeah.
it's just.
bubbly,
I
it's
woke
so
up one
sweet.
day and I was like, you know what? It's it doesn't have to be a special occasion for bubbly. So I bring it to all the parties and everything I go to. Oh shit, Doug here?
Maybe.
No, way too early.
I bring it to parties and everything. It's a big hit, and it gets people drunk. And the ladies love
they love
the
it.
bubbly.
Oh,
They love it. So even though I'm married, I still like the attention.
Well, yeah. You're married. You're not dead.
Exactly.
All right. See?
You know, get your appetite wherever. Just go home to eat.
But uh-oh.
Can we get one of those shock collars for every time he barks?
I think it's
Well,
pretty
just
doing,
makes
I
it
think.
fun.
I think it adds to the podcast, by the way. Like, you know what I mean? He's awesome. I like him. I like guys.
Should we play him one of Randy's videos?
Oh yeah, nice.
So yeah, the record. How long you guys been together? Because I got just like, Doug
we
was
heard
kind
of you
of
and booked you on the show in the the same 5 minutes.
Yeah, and Doug was like, Doug was all geeked up for the show, and after I talked to him after the show, he's all sweaty and like, you know, even more geeked up. So it kind of got like half of what the story about you guys.
The history, the hell ride history.
It started in Lake George.
Don't
on a biker fest weekend filled with drugs and people getting arrested.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Yeah,
bail out
seriously.
one of our riders. We went up there. Can we say drugs on? Like, talk
Yeah,
about
it's
that?
fine.
it's fine.
It's,
We went up there with like an ounce of
Kelly.
cocaine and a quarter-pound of weed, and we did Laconia in
Americade and then
Americade all in one
Yeah.
skirt, and they have sound checks when we pull into Lake George Village. And of course,
that's why I
John
don't
was
go to
going
Lake
through a
George
bad
Bike Week.
divorce. Yeah.
Yeah.
And John was going through a bad divorce. They ran his license. Guess what? Suspended. So guess who? I had to bail him out. Judge is like, you know, they got the judge sitting in the back of a pickup truck. You know, it's like,
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
they're
pretty
waiting
wild
for
up
him
there.
up there.
I'm like-
It's all a money
Yeah.
grab. It's ridiculous.
Oh, too
I
retarded.
won't go. I will not go to
So-
that bike rally because of that shit.
yeah.
Because
we
if you
don't
go,
anymore
if
either.
you go,
Yeah.
you just plan on paying $100 in tickets.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for,
you
for
put-
fucking
and they know
loud
that
pipes.
You're not going to fight it because most people are out of state, so they just send a ticket in with the
Yep.
cash and
Yeah.
away you go. So,
Yeah, and am
but
I going
anyway,
to drive up to Lake George to go to
but-
court?
So
it's not going to happen.
So Geronimo basically got arrested, and so when I went up to the judge, you know, the judge is like, I'm like, well, how much is bail? And he's like, well, what do you got in your wallet? And of course, like an asshole, I said like $800. There you go, $800 it is. You know.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
What do you got in your wallet?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it was straight out of vacation, bro.
Yeah, it's just such a cash grab. They fucking
really is.
Well, that's
they
why
will
we go
walk.
to
They'll
Laconia.
walk down the fucking strip with a fucking dowel and run it up pipes. And anybody that doesn't have baffles, they fucking leave a ticket on their bike.
Yeah.
It's fucking bullshit. That's illegal. That's illegal search and seizure. They are not allowed to do that shit, but they do it. They don't care.
Yeah.
Because they
the
know
dude-
you're not going to fight. They do it to everybody who's out of state. Or everybody who they'll run their registration and they'll see that I'm from fucking 4 hours away.
because they know you're not
That's
coming.
because you
I'm
need-
not going to waste.
But
a
if
day
you
of
went to
work go
court,
up there
if you went to court and you said what was your probable cause for illegally searching my vehicle,
Yeah.
they'd throw it out immediately. But,
But-
are you gonna drive up to Lake George 6 months later to save yourself $85?
It was $100.
No.
Mine
Yeah.
was like $185.
That's crazy.
Because I was riding. I was riding a Harley back then.
Yeah, the white
Fuck
one.
that shit, man.
Oh, shit.
I love
Yo,
Laconia.
I'm
Laconia is
all
my
for
favorite
We go to
rally.
Oh,
Laconia all
Laconia
the
is
time.
such a
I'll be there
great
this
time.
year.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
taking my
going.
Ducati.
We should hook
Yeah.
up, but we're going this year
Yeah,
too.
we're going.
sweet.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just bought a new Ducati multi-strap.
You're riding
Nice.
a Ducati there.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
He's got the pasta
Fuck
rocket.
Harleys, man. I'm so done with
I
Harley.
got a Harley, but the wife won't let me get rid of it because of
Yeah,
her
I'm gonna.
vagina.
I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna keep my
You
Harley.
love your
forever.
Harley. He's full of
You got-
shit, man.
what do you got, a hardtail?
Love your Harleys, dude.
No, it
it's
doesn't
a
matter.
Dyna Screaming Eagle. It's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
factory thing. It was powder coated, 110
Yeah.
motor, all that shit. But you know, and I tricked it out. But
Yeah, I mean, I love my Harley too, but it's gonna blow up any fucking day now. It's got 40,000 miles on it. It's motor, transmission next. That's it. 40,000. It's
mine's
fucking
sweet.
done.
Mine is sweet. It's
40,000 on a Harley is 300,000 on a BMW.
I know.
Oh,
It's
hey.
fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
But my next bike.
Did you ride last week and the week before?
No.
I did. Ha ha.
I haven't. I went out riding. I went out
Sucks for
riding
you.
like 3
This guy
times
rides
all of
every
last
When it
summer.
was
Oh,
78
God.
Yeah,
degrees
it was
2 weeks
terrible.
ago. It was 78 degrees two weeks ago. We had band practice something.
Yeah.
I went riding that afternoon. So.
Yeah, I would have too if I had time.
This guy rides
Last
all
year,
the
I didn't have a single day off from May to September.
Yeah, I got dirt. Dude,
I went out riding 3 times.
times.
You can't ride to work?
I work a mile away from the house.
So what?
It's a quick ride.
So
way.
that
You
doesn't
take
mean
the
you have to
long
ride a mile
Yeah.
to get there. I could work a mile away from home and take 10
I
miles.
also have
to get
I also
there.
have an electric skateboard, which is just as fun. So
Yeah.
that's what I ride to work.
Hey, as long as you're riding
No, it's not as
something.
much fun.
He's riding to work.
He's the only
Anyway,
hit.
what happened was we
We were on the top
story,
of we decided to go out to
Whiteface. Right?
Whiteface Mountain, which is above Lake Placid, and we're hanging out there and we're watching all these clouds roll in, and it's slowly like we're on top of the
Forest ranger
clouds.
told us to get
Forest
out of
Ranger's
here
like,
or
you
stay
boys
for
got
the
about
night."
20 minutes before we close the mountain. Like, what do you mean close the mountain? We mean close
Yeah,
the mountain.
They're like, you're either going to
Done.
stay
You're
or
staying
you're leaving
or you're
now.
going.
Yeah, there's I used to work for a broadcast engineering company, and there was this Greylock Mountain in Massachusetts. They locked the fucking gate
Yeah,
at
once they
sundown.
lock it, that's it. You're stuck
Yeah,
there.
if you if
So
you don't
we're
have a
like-
key to get out,
We're like, fuck it, we'll
You're
make
done.
it. We'll make it. We'll get through it.
So yeah, we'll make it. We'll get through it. So it was 102 miles that took us 4.5 hours.
No, it took us like 8 hours.
Was
Yeah,
it 8
we
hours?
didn't get
Oh,
home
God,
till
I
like
took-
10 o'clock.
Oh, that's right.
I rode over a turtle and a downpour, sick downpour.
Fuck.
And our buddy Phil, he's got a Moto Guzzi, right? So I'm on the Harley, he's on his Triumph, John was on his Harley. He pulls over to the side of the road because he had a spare shirt. Meanwhile, we're like, it's fucking hailing, fucking
Yeah.
screaming at
Dude,
us.
it's
And we're
Forrest
like-
Gump rain.
And we're like
Yeah.
just yelling at him, what the fuck are you doing? Get going!
Yeah, I've had a couple of those.
You know, the whole time he's thinking like Dumb and Dumber, where you had dry gloves the whole time.
Yeah.
He's like, I got an extra shirt. Like,
Fucking-
dude, I'm soaking wet standing here talking to you.
Did you guys go to,
That's like seconds.
So anyway,
Yeah.
for some reason, I think he came up with the name. So
That was actually Doug who came up with the Hellride 102.
Oh, was it Doug?
So what's the 102?
Doug comes up
Is
with
it-
It's 102
Like,
miles
you ever
and
take-
8
Oh,
hours.
okay,
Yeah.
okay,
You ever
okay,
take
okay.
a English 101?
That
Yeah.
was
Well,
my
instead of
take on it.
Hellride 101, it's Hellride Advanced 102.
That's what that was my take on it.
This
That
is
was what-
Japanese. You guys
Yeah.
could be speaking fucking, I don't know.
Were you
I have
guys?
no idea what
did
you're
you guys go to
talking
Laconia in 2006 when it rained for fucking 10 days straight?
We did that.
Was
It
it
always
that one?
rains in Lacona.
Fuck it. Yeah, but for the whole time.
We went there
The
last
whole
time we
time?
went. Where we're like we're in this house that we rented on the lake, right near the village there in Winnipesaukee, and we're like after like this third day, we're like fucking it's downpouring. Like put on our rain gear, even if we just ride around the fucking lake, we got to do some kind of.
I
Fucking
put
riding.
45 miles on my bike that week.
Really?
It's
Oh,
terrible.
God.
We were just like, fuck it, let's just go.
Yeah, yeah.
And we just kind of we like rode around the lake a little bit.
Yeah,
and
that's
came back.
what we did. But it
Yeah.
finally cleared up by like Thursday. Then it
Yeah.
was back to like 90 degrees. And,
We were like,
Of
let's
course,
go to the beach.
Of course, this is what happened. We drank every night, right? The
Yeah.
first year we went there, we drank every night, hardcore up till like 3 o'clock in the morning. Then you get up at 6 because every biker's starting up their bike and waking you up anyway. And then the last night, we're like, all right, we're just going to go out to dinner. We're going to take it easy. Nice ride back, 280 miles. What happened? I ended up getting kicked out of the fucking bar doing double jack and cokes all fucking night. Phil had to fucking carry me back to the hotel room, throw me into bed. And Phil's like, if I take him back to the hotel, can I still come back and drink? And the guy's like, oh, yeah, he's just got to go.
Yeah, we stayed just outside of town to try and avoid a lot of that. We stay at the
Yeah.
Yogi Bears and where the fuck is that?
Don't give it away.
They're gonna come see me.
Chilling.
Yeah, we're gonna come staggering drunk and pay.
Yeah.
Where's the dude from the Dead Radio? Where's the Dead
There he
Radio
is.
That would be
guy?
cool. I'll
least you
give
got
him a
the name
sticker.
right.
I'll be.
Hey, he's got
It'll
that
be
40
obvious because
he's
I'll
got
be
that
wearing a Dead
Harley
Radio
with the
shirt.
40,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
So all right. So how long? Did we establish how long you guys been playing together?
No, well, Phil was
That was
the
just the
actual
origin
origi-
of the name.
Phil was the actual
Story.
original. The bass player was
Yeah,
Phil.
we started a bunch of years ago, and then things kind of
stopped.
fizzled out. We stopped, and then I met up with Dean, just talking about work, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" Not doing nothing. We started working together a little bit, and then I'm always in contact with people at the Chance, so they're like, "Oh, we're looking for a band to open up for this show," and I'm like, I go to Dean, I'm like,
Was it the Orgy
Well,
Power Man
Doug
5000
wanted to
show?
know if you
No,
wanted
no,
to
that was-
jam.
it was
This is
before
before
that.
he's with the Witches, so he wanted to know if we wanted to jam, right?
"Yeah," he's like, "Yeah, man, I feel like playing
Feel like
drums
jam?
again." I'm like, "All right," so I hook up with Dean. I'm like, "Come on, man,
Yeah.
let's play together." So
I had my bass player
it's-
from my other band, Proteus. I have a band, Proteus, which actually I could probably talk to you guys about later. But
Sure.
And so we used our bass player from that to jam, and we had one practice, and Gertie books a show at the Chance. So we had one practice, and we did the show Chance. Actually came out pretty fucking good.
It really was. Well, they called him up for his other band, and he's like, "Oh, we can't do the show." I'm like, "Dude, let's do a Hellride show."
Yeah.
He's like, dude, we're going to have like 2 practices. So what? We'll learn 6 songs, 8 songs, whatever. We got it down. It was a really great show. He pulled it off. So we're like, we can still do this. It still feels good, like when.
Yeah.
So we put it back together. We found Jay. Say hi, Jay.
Hey, what's up, guys? I was sitting at the bistro in New Paltz one day, just sitting
so
there.
you work with Dave.
He works
with Doug.
Wait, Doug is at the bistro?
Yeah,
Dave.
Doug.
Doug's at the bistro.
Doug,
Okay.
the drummer, owns the bistro. He is also the owner of the bistro.
Yeah, so.
Oh, I didn't. Did I know that?
He's a millennium man. Like Doug is a millennium man. I'm not gonna tell you. He's the man. Like anyway, I'm sitting there eating breakfast, and he comes up to me, and I thought he was gonna talk to me about something else, and he's like, "Hey, you want to play in a band with me?" And I was like, "Yes, I do, man."
All right, so Doug was
heavy
playing,
metal. And
so
I'm like,
Doug was
heavy
playing with
metal?
you guys before he was playing with Shadow Witch.
Yeah.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah,
That's
we did
crazy.
a bunch of shows at the Chance, Snugs, and then he asked us if. He was cool about it. He's just like, hey, you know what? This other band, which we did a show with Shadow Witch at the Snugs.
Yeah, we did
right?
it at Snugs, yeah.
And then I guess they approached him, and Doug's really cool. And he's like, hey, you guys don't mind if I join this other band? I'm like, fuck yeah, do whatever you want, dude. So
he's.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say no. You're my drummer.
He's a maniac, man.
I'm gonna tell you,
Oh,
he
dude,
makes
he's a
that
lunatic.
band sound killer. Like
He
he just like
He
up their
definitely takes
level.
it to
In my
another
mind,
level.
he took him up another level.
Yeah,
I
they
liked
need-
him.
they
I
need
liked
a
him when
drummer
I've
in the
seen
worst
him,
way. The
like-
drummer, I shouldn't really be saying anything bad, but the other
Yeah,
drummer,
fuck him.
He was too soft. He was too,
fuck,
I guess
that's
from
fuck him.
Doug said he was too
Yeah.
soft, and they were complaining. And then I guess he just kind of flaked out on him, and then Doug's like, "Fuck it, let's do it." So,
Yeah.
You ever get a drummer like just has that like one beat and that one cymbal, and they always go back to it?
Tippy-tapping.
It's like where they're
Yep.
comfortable. And,
Where
and
my
that's
solos
what
are
it
never
was.
the same twice. I feel like I'm like, I refer to Jimmy Page. If you want to fucking hear the album, buy the album, because when I play live, I don't do it the same way twice. So,
Yeah, okay.
so.
Cool.
He doesn't do it twice. take after
He's like
take.
that. Oh, this guy's definitely like that. I played with him before. He's like that. Yeah. You can slap a black dildo all over that one. He's like that, man. Like,
That got weird, didn't it?
yeah.
So, oh shit, I lost my fucking train of thought.
If you're not watching
Your
the
train of
video
thought
part of
derailed.
that, you're gonna be like, "What's Jay
Yes.
talking
Then
about?"
he was
But
in
it-
Shadow Witch. But
No,
after-
I got all that shit.
All
but-
right, good. It's like, you're like, why would you just say that out of the blue like that, Jay? That's like so weird. Like,
Yeah, so I saw that you guys opened for Orgy and Power Man 5000.
That was fun. I actually liked that.
Was
show.
that a good show or?
Dude, that was actually a disaster of a show.
Disaster of a show, but
They
I had a
kinda
good-
just,
because
like-
I got
So,
fucked
like,
up at
listen,
that.
let
Dude,
me tell you something. I read that, and I was just like, this either was a shitload of fun or a complete disaster.
just
I'm
got
gonna
fucked
lean
up,
toward
so.
complete disaster because that's usually what happens when you open up for a big band.
Yeah.
I've seen that a lot, like local bands.
And this is what
Give it a
happens
shot.
at the Chance all the time. They book all these bands, and then the promoter, because they're working with other promoters, it's not just them. So the other band comes up and they're like, well, we're on tour with these 3 bands. You got to throw these guys on the bill. And all of a sudden they're like, well, we already have 3 bands opening for you.
Yeah.
So they just didn't get in touch with us. So we pull up. They've got like 5 bands on the bill. They're like, you guys are opening up. You go in like 15 minutes.
Oh, is that the show? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Okay, I
We
can't
open up.
remember.
There's like 25 people there.
Yeah.
So we play, fucking 100%.
Gertie just turns around and goes, all right, band practice night.
Here we go. And just went for it, but that's where you got to be. It's,
Y&T show was good. We had a good crowd.
Yeah, we had a great crowd for that Y&T opening show.
So
that was a lot of fun. But
Pete. I don't know if you know Pete Crotty. He's in a band called NCM. He was also in a band called ID a while back.
Okay.
We probably have crossed paths in some way. He opened.
He's out of Beacon, but he plays in New Paltz a ton.
His band ID opened for Typo Negative.
Oh, really?
When
I
they
was gonna say, I remember that band.
Typo used to play at the Chance every year around Halloween. They'd always be
all
around.
the time, man. Pete loved it up here.
They opened, and I went to the show. I had never seen. I had just gotten into Typo, like specifically for that show. I bought I bought Bloody Kisses, and I gave that a listen. I'm like, these guys are fucking great, but they don't sound anything like ID. ID sounded totally different from these guys, and they had and they started playing, and the entire fucking crowd was immediately against them.
Really?
Like they just did not want to hear his shit.
Yeah.
And it was
I mean, to be fair, he is super weird. Like if you're not prepared for it, like it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. If you're not prepared for Pete, it's crazy. But I remember him he tried to do a
ID.
ID?
I met. Yeah, they're not together
Yeah.
anymore. His main band is NCM now. But he went to do a stage dive, and why the opening band lead singer tries to do a stage dive
Pete.
is beyond me. But
He
he
would
tries
try
to do
it-
a stage dive, but he does it feet first.
It must have been like the parting of the
Yeah,
Red
like,
Sea.
I think I saw it in his face as he was about to run. He jumps off the stage. I'm like, he doesn't think he's gonna make it, and like he corrects himself and goes feet first because he knew no one was gonna catch his ass, and they didn't. So he hit the deck. He got back up. A couple songs later, he tried to do it again. This time, he went all in, and people were like, "Oh shit, this guy's gonna die."
Yeah, right. Better
They
save his
caught him.
ass. Yeah.
But oh boy, that was a rough show for him.
SOD at the Chance. God, this had to be in the early 90s. And I went for it. Foot off the monitor, like fucking Superman.
Yeah.
And I just watched everybody move away from me. And I'm thinking as I launch off, I'm thinking this is where all my frat brothers are. No, they weren't.
Thanks, guys.
And I hit the ground, like arm across my chest, like side, like bam, slam, like that's gonna leave a mark.
All right. Doug just sent us love and kisses from the witches.
All right.
Lovely.
He texted
Love
me,
those
"Are
guys.
you guys there?" And I just sent him a picture of everything.
Perfect.
So what band were you with then? Just out of curiosity.
The first band I played with Doug Beans is called the Functional Idiots.
I have an
that's
idea of what
awesome.
that sounds like.
College punk.
A little like
At
this,
its
maybe?
best. College punk at its best.
College, just stupid
This
songs
fucking
about
book.
drinking too much and
Can we
Star
put him
Trek
outside?
songs.
I'm about.
Star Trek songs. Jay, stop
Jay-
causing.
Jay.
Get the ball. If you give the dog the ball, he's
Jay,
good.
stop causing a ruckus.
Likes me, man. He likes
So,
I'm telling you, man.
Doug
I'm bringing
had
an
this-
airsoft gun every time he barks. Just like a shot to like the haunch, so I'm not gonna hurt him.
Yeah, right.
He's cool, man.
Seriously, it quiets
so
down.
Doug was in his class. They had this test. Like 2 students have to out of like 60 pass this test, and the teacher says you are all a bunch of functional idiots. So Doug thinks this is the 2 best words ever pieced together. Functional idiots. So we started this hardcore band in college, and just.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm a dog person. I'm sorry.
So we started this hardcore band in college, and it was, just stupid shit, stupid songs about our friends and
Remember
drinking
the
beers.
was Doug in it when we did the Toga festivals? Or no, that was
That was probably Timmy.
Toga Festival?
Oh, we used to have sick toga parties.
When did you
in
guys go to
Pompano.
college?
Pulse?
And we went to college in New Paltz.
Yeah.
That's
Dude,
what-
we
me
did
and-
this one when we what band were we in? Was with Andy.
That was with Andy, so that was probably
And
Gear Minds.
I broke a guitar string, and then we ended up doing it like Phil, our bass player, just started playing like porn music while I'm replacing the string, and all of a sudden like 20 chicks just ran up on stage. The next thing you know, it was a wet T-shirt contest while I'm
The
replacing the
chairman
string.
of the
So we
chairman of
started writing-
Pompano was like,
So we're
"All
like,
right, we
we-
got a wet T-shirt contest going." And out of nowhere it comes up with wife beaters.
Yeah.
These chicks are out there, water splashing.
So then
all
we're
over
like,
the
we
place,
should
and
just
I'm
write porn music. This is how we can get famous.
is it.
Just write porn music.
We're
you know,
making it,
contact
boys.
the industry. Hey man, we can do all your soundtracks for your movies for you. You know.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Here's the best part: we have his brother taping the show.
Yeah.
Oh, so you got video.
No.
No.
There was such a ruckus going for the stage that somebody knocked the camera off. So during the whole wet T-shirt contest and everything, there's a camera sideways looking at grass.
Toga.
Holy shit.
Oh yeah, we used to have when we used to have the togas at Lembo Lake. We had Murphy's Law playing with us because Doug played in Murphy's Law.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we had those guys come in. MOD, Mighty Boss Tones.
Boss Tones played there?
Oh
Jesus
yeah, Boss Tones
Christ.
played that. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
a couple-
It was crazy.
I was just a
We had
fan
a
back
guy-
then. I'm a little
I was
younger
just a
than you
little
guys. I used to go to
child.
Lembo Lake. I'd be like, yo, I
just a
love
little
this fucking
child.
party, dude. I just get fucked up.
130 kegs.
Good God.
Oh, it was fantastic.
I was in no fraternity.
It was a good
I was
time
just
to be
a
alive.
kid just getting fucked up. But yeah, it was.
And when
good
was
parties,
that?
Good parties.
This is
These were like
Late
late
80s,
80s, early
early
90s.
90s.
Yeah, when all that stuff
Yeah,
started to
when you
go
could get away
away.
with shit like
Started
that.
fading
Yeah.
out.
Well, when he
It's
started
not like that
fighting-
anymore.
when he started
No,
finding
you
dead
can't do
people in
that.
the fucking pond and shit, you know, it's like, all right, we're gonna have to put an end to this. So. Oops.
What happened to that guy? I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I think
You
he
guys
went
didn't
swimming
notice that he
alone.
wasn't moving for like 15 hours.
He
Yeah, I
floated
thought
up.
was,
He floated
tripping,
up
you know?
next spring. He floated up.
I got to I got
Hey,
to
man.
I got to talking
Dead Radio podcast.
I got to talking to JB from band Dead Empires. They were on last week, and
how'd
he
they
was
get started?
he was talking about house parties. House parties are a big thing now for bands. Instead of
really?
instead of booking
yeah.
of booking gigs at like the Chance or going to clubs and stuff, these people that own if they own farmland, they got an old barn, they just convert it and not convert it. They just basically set up a temp stage and invite people. Totally illegal.
Yeah.
Completely illegal.
Probably illegal.
However,
if it's a private party, it's not
I
really.
say probably
We were
because
supposed
not
to play at this
necessarily,
horse
like,
farm last year, but the person, the organizer, completely dropped the
like
ball.
Levon Helm.
these people are
it's
like
how that
legit.
started,
These people are like legit promoters. I use that term loosely, but not at the same time. They charge. They charge.
Oh, if they charge at the door, you need a permit.
You gotta
do something.
You gotta know people and everything like that.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
Yeah, but if they take
Yeah,
donations,
he kept going. Ask a punk, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm asking you right now where it is, and you're not telling me.
You can't ask him. He's not allowed to tell you. The bands aren't allowed to
that's
tell
the
you.
thing.
You gotta ask
I like
somebody
that.
else.
Yeah.
You gotta
like
know
that.
somebody. But like, you go to the Chance, and no offense to the Chance, but like
Chance is
being
a
in a
pain in the
local
ass,
band, it's a pain in the ass because like some people just don't. But these house parties, people like look for these house parties to go to see bands. They'll get 300, 400 people there.
should probably just Google house parties.
I'm
in,
all over that.
Yeah,
County.
start asking
Christ,
around.
I live in a college
No.
town. I
Google
got to
house
know of at
parties.
least 3 of these things going on.
Yeah, so it's like a
I'm
big
about
thing.
to throw one of these.
Yeah, you're in Pie
No, I got-
dude. Come on.
All I got to do is tell the
a lot
frat
of the
brothers
guys
they
I
were
like-
throwing a
By
house
the way,
party.
he's
We're
like
having
the-
these bands.
He's like Grand Poobah of Pie Fanu. They go on these these whatever drinking con things, bar crawls.
Okay.
And I'm in there at the bar at night, and all these young college kids are up there, and it's like the Grand Poobah. It's Gertie, the
granddaddy of all freaks.
I'm like, look at him tending to his flock.
Yeah, yeah. He put his time in.
This is how you roll a joint, you stupid fuck.
Put his time in, my lord.
Shit, man.
I have a good time with those guys.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
It's funny because like I'm the age of their parents now, and
Yeah.
it throws some guys for a loop, and other guys just eat it up. Like, yeah, man, it's like my funny uncle,
Yeah.
So that actually can transition into Doug has been dying for me to ask you about the ground round incident.
Oh God, did he really do that?
If you listen to the last episode, we played the song "Are You Ready?" and in the beginning,
"Are You Ready?" is from Grand Funk. I didn't realize they named that song that. I thought it was called because I nicknamed it. I thought his name was Clown Rock until I looked at the CD.
Yeah, me
and
too.
I'm like, why does it say "Are You Ready?"
Actually-
What song is that?
Actually, Dean, you know how long it took me to realize that last week at rehearsal? I was like, "What song are you talking about?"
what is
I
"Are
don't
You
even know
Ready?"
what
I'm like,
talking
that's a
about the
Grand
Clown
Funk
Rock
song,
Like,
man.
yeah.
I'm like,
Are we playing
where
Grand
the fuck is Clown Rock?
Are we covering Grand Funk? Is what
Yeah.
I thought last week.
Are we trying to be
But,
politically
all right,
correct here or something?
Doug and I
Change the
took
name
some
on me.
liberties when
Change
we.
the fucking name on me.
oh
man.
wait, Doug was a part of this.
They threw a split finger fastball.
So this was the ground round that is now.
No, this is
Ground Round has to do with me and my history.
Okay.
That's how the song got written.
I need to know about
It's
this.
I
a
wrote this
song
the
based
song,
on a
Dean.
true story.
I wrote the guitar riff, right? And I'm like, I don't know what. And Gertie's like, well, what's the song about? I'm like, we don't know. You take a break. These guys are vaping, whatever, smoking weed. And I'm drinking beer. Doug's hanging out. And I just went into the story about when I was like 20, 19 years old. And my buddy, best friend, was a manager at the Ground Round. He was a chef.
Mm-hmm.
So
It
he's
used to
like,
be a restaurant.
And this is the ground round where?
in
Newburgh.
Poughkeepsie, right?
Okay, so it's the one-
Poughkeepsie, right?
This-
It's the Coyote place now, the Coyote whatever restaurant.
yeah.
now.
Coyote-
Oh, is it
you
Coyote
told me.
Grill?
It was
You were 100% that it was the Red Lobster.
I
Nah.
was convinced that it was where Red Lobster is right now, but
basically,
it's
he's
not.
like,
Okay.
we just dropped some blotter, right? So I'm like, all right, So he's like, well, I got to be working like an hour. And I'm like, what, dude? We just dropped fucking, some 4-way. What the fuck you doing? He's like, well, do you want to go hang out with me and go to the Ground Round and dress up like clowns and do birthday parties for little kids? And I'm like, dude, I just dropped a fucking 4-way.
Water acid, dude. Go on, dude.
Can
really?
you tell
we
me?
did.
Can you
So
tell
we
me
did.
what year was this, please?
Oh man, dude, I'm
80s, 90s.
it's
It's
definitely
the
80s.
80s.
mid 80s,
It's
maybe.
the 80s.
Yeah.
I guarantee that.
Yeah.
There is a strong chance that you might have been the clown at my birthday party.
There's a
That's what I'm
chance,
talking
yeah.
about.
Very
Oh,
much.
dude, that would be
And dude,
money.
we dressed
Very
up the full
possible,
clown
man.
gear. He had everything, and we're fucking tripping, dealing.
Was
with
it in
parents.
February? Do you know?
It was in the wintertime. I can tell you that.
Oh, dude.
Oh, shit.
If you've got pictures of that
Things are
birthday
getting crazy,
party.
yo. Things are getting crazy here.
So
Sorry.
my
So I-
memories of the Ground Round were like
Because they got
between
the
probably
peanut shells
86
all over
and
the
88.
place and all
Yeah,
that
yeah,
shit.
Yeah.
And then we did it, and I was just telling these guys this story about what happened at the ground frown. So he turned it into clown rock and started writing lyrics for it. And then, you know.
That's what the
It's
song's
literally,
about.
in the beginning, there was 2 words, acid clowns.
Yeah.
That's all it was. I thought that was the name of the song. And
you know what the
last
funny
week-
part is? We're tripping on Blotter so hard, but it was like so like, you know, sometimes you do, I don't know if you've done acid.
I haven't, no.
All right,
I haven't
well,
had the pleasure.
You know, sometimes you can have a good ride, sometimes you can have a bad ride. We had a great ride, and we just tore it up. We had a ball. Me and Greg Basher. Greg Basher, I'm putting a shout out. So, you know.
Wherever you are.
Sorry,
Greg
your
Basher.
kids, Greg's kids, but, you know, whatever.
His kids are probably listening to it like, that's my fucking dad. Son of a bitch.
Dad, what's Blotter?
We were a product from the 70s. The drugs were much better back then.
So would you just like you just did you get paid?
Yeah, we got paid. Yeah,
Jesus Christ!
You ate some popcorn.
Yeah.
You saw some Woody Woodpecker movies and shit.
Yeah,
you know,
free
I remember
peanuts.
that.
It was all good.
So then he just took it and wrote a song, and I'm like, you know what? That works. I'm in.
No, I love that song, by the way.
Jesus Christ!
That's an opener on our CD, by the way.
It shouldn't
Like,
have gone as well as it did. It really shouldn't have gone as well as it did.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Not at all. Y'all should have been arrested.
You know, as far
Just
as
so
I
you
know,
you
it
should
went
have been
well.
in jail.
For all
for
we
that
know,
shit.
the
Like,
parents are probably like, Jesus Christ, those 2 fucking weirdos. You know?
Oh my God!
Look
Do you
at
remember
Johnny,
the clown
look
at Jimmy's wedding?
Yeah.
Oh, do you remember the clowns at Jimmy's wedding? What the hell was wrong with those boys?
Were you making like balloon animals and shit? Or?
Yeah.
Good. Jesus Christ! You just went all
Seriously,
in.
I mean, literally the story, I just took the story and wrote it into prose and song. That was it.
I love the words.
You should, if you guys are going to do a music
Just so you
video, it
guys
should be
know.
for that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just so you guys
absolutely.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. We already talked
Because the
about
ground
that,
round
like-
does still exist, so you could find
Really?
a
Well,
location.
you know,
I didn't think so. Really?
You know
We couldn't believe it.
No, you don't.
Sure?
Yeah,
Are you
they-
sure?
Oh yeah, yeah. We
you
looked
know-
it up last week.
We're obsessed.
Yeah.
We're
I would have
obsessed with
thought
it
20
because-
years ago.
Did you
it
ever
would've
go to
been-
the Texas, those restaurants?
Texas
Roadhouse?
That's just, it's
Kinda
the
the same thing,
fucking
yeah.
thing, man.
Yeah.
You go in there, they got peanut shells all over the place. I'm like, it brings
Yeah,
back
yeah.
flashbacks when
Yeah,
I go in
yeah.
there. I'm like,
Oh,
my
God.
God.
But do
Go
they
throw
have
it out of
Basher?
the place more
Greg
than once
Basher?
for throwing around peanut
Do
shells.
they have Woody Woodpecker, though?
Yeah, look
That's
at
the
this
question
shit.
I have.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit, it's really round. Where's that?
Oh, my
That
God,
was
dude.
1969.
Tell me
We're
where.
getting sued.
Tell me where.
Nah, the cameras can't see
We're
that. so
getting
we're fine.
sued.
Let's see here. Let's.
No.
let's
I don't. No. They're gonna find out. You know, it's a. Oh shit! They're all over the fucking place.
Jesus, I didn't know
They're
that.
still
either.
hanging
Wow.
out in the Northeast, in the North.
Is there
This-
one
I didn't
50
even
mile?
know that was
Is there one 50 miles from here? Is one of them? Oh,
We're gonna go
Christ.
there and
No.
rock the fuck out. We gotta play.
Look, there's
You gotta play
yeah.
at your
I mean,
restaurant, dressed like clowns, and record it for a video.
It looks like there's a couple in Vermont or something.
That's what I want to tell you.
Dude, Worthington, Maine.
Sir, can we just set up in your
That doesn't-
restaurant?
just-
That sounds like a nice Laconia
12 o'clock.
detour.
zoom in. Just zoom in.
Yeah, there's got to be one in New Hampshire.
12 o'clock. Like, let's
Is there
go to
one
the
in New
one in
Hampshire?
Detroit.
Yeah,
Let's
dude.
go to the one in Detroit, and we set up there at 12 o'clock
So,
noon,
okay,
and we just
if
rock
we
the fuck
ever-
out and record
so
a
there's
video. What do you
one-
think about
All
that?
right, we'll just
What
do
do
it
you
like
think
a
about
Where's
that?
we'll just do like a 15-minute shoot before they
Johnson
arrest us,
City,
you know?
New York.
Before the cops show up, and they're just like,
What are you guys
"Get the
doing?
fuck
Dude,
down!
you don't understand.
Get
It's
the
clown
fuck
rock.
down!"
Where is this one?
This is all right. So we got one in Johnson
So when
City.
we take our
Johnson
trip to
City.
Weedsport, we got to stop there.
Minnesota or something, or
And-
Johnson City,
and
New York.
Rutland, Vermont.
I thought I saw one in New Hampshire. That would
Oh,
be a nice
we
Laconia
could.
detour.
I could stop. Yeah, stop on the way out to
Laconia
Laconia.
run. Yeah. We could do that. Take some pictures. Take pictures of the hell ride. Just stand in front of the ground round with thumbs up.
Nice.
So yeah, we're probably talking what, a 3-hour drive to the closest one.
Probably, yeah. I don't know where
Yeah,
Johnson.
Yeah,
small
City
price
is.
to
click
pay.
get directions.
City, that's
Oh, get directions to Johnson City.
Yeah, that looks like the closest one.
near a damn lake. It's like that's far away. I'll tell you that. If it's at New York, it's like it's
No, Rutland's probably closer
like
than
one of the
that.
big great
Alcohol
lakes.
abuse.
That's
There's
not
no
your
beer
address.
over
That's
here.
fine.
Alcohol abuse.
It's 2 hours and 42 minutes away. That's totally worth it to shoot a music video.
Seriously.
No, we can go there
Yeah.
right now if you just want. Like seriously, it's like cut
All right,
this
can we
shit
just
short.
stop this short?
Let's
We'll be
cut
back
this short
tomorrow
and
night.
just
Yeah.
go there right
Well,
fucking now.
run to my house. We'll grab the remote.
Doug
we'll
can
show
handle it.
up
Doug
at-
works on
Yeah.
no sleep, so he can handle it.
Doug,
Yeah, great. Now we got to
meet
find
us.
clown costumes.
Here's where you
Learn
gotta
how to
meet us,
make
Doug.
animal
Like,
balloons.
Well, wait. You could go to like one of those birthday party places and rent costumes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Party City.
There you go.
Yeah, or
The
whatever.
video
house.
shoots itself.
Yeah, The way I would do it is I would shoot it so that, like, when you see it from your perspective, everything looks great, and then when you see it from the children's perspective, it's horrible.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Like a total,
So, like, you're looking down at children, and they're all laughing and smiling and having a great birthday party, and then it cuts to a low angle looking up at you with, like, horrible lighting and, like, really scary.
Mothers holding their child,
Yeah.
covering their child's eyes and shit. No, Johnny, don't look, Johnny. It's the devil.
love your idea. That's a great
It's
idea.
the devil clown rock boy.
Like trying to juggle and, like, you know, hitting a kid in the
Yeah.
head with the pin.
Wait a minute, he's like in his 50s now, you know.
Holy shit.
He's come back to haunt us.
Yeah, that's going to be a really awesome music video. You guys should do that.
Scary, so scary.
We're in uncharted territory here, aren't we?
Or you should see if they do live music.
Hey,
and then we just show up and do that.
Here.
Are you suggesting we just show up and do that? And then,
Tell you what, we'll even play.
Or what about
the
just
fucking
pull up and illegally play in the parking
That's what I
lot?
was saying, Jay. You
Yeah.
got like 15-minute
That's my
window
thing.
before you get. No, I think we should get
That's my
arrested
thing.
too.
We got to get arrested.
That would be perfect.
Yeah,
It would
be
certainly
like
make a fine end to the
destined
video.
to get arrested. We're playing at the ground
So
round.
you could,
and
what you could do is you could cut back and forth between you guys playing in the parking lot and then
And then the terrified
actors
kids.
doing the
and
part
then the
inside.
actual
Terrified
Kids and, like, us
Yeah.
holding
That
the
sounds
pin.
like a really great music video.
It's amazing. It sounds amazing. to me.
And then Gertie going like this. Yeah, baby.
We just need like $20,000.
Yeah.
Then you
Start a
cut back.
GoFundMe.
Then you cut back to
the
the
cabin.
police actually arresting us.
Yeah,
and then you
exactly.
got a video, man.
But it, like,
Tell
yeah,
you,
from
it's
your perspective, it looks like you're just getting into the clown car and driving away. But you're actually being handcuffed and put into a paddy wagon.
So you're saying there should be 20 clowns getting
Jay-
out of the
Jay would
back
be
of
like
a
just
police
waving,
car? Like,
and then the little kids are waving back. Hey, hey! Meanwhile, I was getting in a
and then
paddy
they're,
wagon.
They're
you know.
ducking my head under, like, hey, kids.
Knocking the wig off as they try to put you in a cop car. I'm telling you, it's
That's
happening.
not a bad one. That's not a bad video.
So,
That's classic.
guys are
All right,
fucking
can we get to
maniacs.
the second song on the video?
Christ, how long are we going to be here?
All right, what
We're going to
other
have to take a
videos
cab
you guys
home.
want to
If
make?
you-
Honey, you're going to have to come get us.
I guess that's a good question. What if you had to make a what's the if we called, let's say "Are You Ready" is the first single off the record. What would be the second single?
It's Hellride.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it would go with the second song.
Actually,
Definitely
that's my
Hellride?
favorite. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my favorite song. So.
It's very hysterical if you listen to the words. Like,
It's
when I joined the band, like, for a while, it just took me a while to get the riffs under my fingers. And then I started listening to the words, and I'm like, I just love the words of that song, man. It makes me laugh every time. It's like, it's about a complete road rage aggressive driver. Like, you know what I mean? It's like way too
He's from
aggressive
Long Island,
driver.
so-
Like, yeah, it's like
I used to
kinda
say
funny,
it's a
like-
song about driving with my
You
dad.
can't
And he
let
goes,
Gertie
"No,
drive."
dude, it's a drive.
Yeah,
it's a
No,
song about
it's
driving
about
with
driving
you."
with you, dude. You want to just push that up, but you're an aggressive driver.
Oh yeah.
He's insane.
All
You
right, so
can't
how-
drive with him.
Nothing beats a good
Dude,
offense.
Here we go. So he's like, hey, man, my brother-in-law wants us to move these IBM mainframe computers from New York City to Scranton, Pennsylvania, right? It's fucking downpouring. I mean, it's the worst fucking day of the fucking summer. I fucking let him drive. I get stoned. I am not good when I'm stoned.
He's not a day stoner.
This guy doesn't smoke.
I'm not
I
a day
smoke
stoner. I couldn't
nonstop,
even look
this
up.
guy.
I had my head between my fucking legs the whole ride down because the way this fucking maniac
begging him to
drives.
smoke this
I'm
guy.
like,
He's
and you
a-
know what? I ride motorcycles a lot faster than him. But let me tell you, I was like, and then he fucking leaves me alone in the van, and all these cops are looking at me. I'm on probation for a DWI, right? And I'm like, and they're like, you got to move that van. I'm like, I'm like almost crying like a little bitch, and like,
I can't. I'm not legal.
yeah.
Did you get the servers to where they needed to go? That's
Yeah,
what I
we
want
did.
to know.
Oh, yeah, we made the delivery.
Yeah, we made it. You got paid like $1,000.
I stand
to
by
break
my
computers.
record, man.
shit.
13 accidents and no fatalities. If I ever
That's a
become a
good
bus
reference.
driver, I'm going to turn into Otto.
Write that
Yeah.
down.
Oh God! If he was a bus
What's up,
driver,
little
he'd be
dude?
That's too
sued
long.
and he'd be in jail for child abuse, and you know,
Holy moly!
flipping over buses.
you would make it a week.
You would never make it.
Think I'd make it past orientation.
yeah. The first hour it'd be like you'd be beating kids.
No, you wouldn't make it past the security check. Be like, what's up with this guy?
He's like, but I'm from Long Island. That's how we do it in Long Island.
Well, this is upstate, dude. I don't even think this is upstate personally, but everybody
I
from New
wouldn't
York
call
thinks
it
this is upstate.
No, because it's 90 miles to New York
Anybody
and
in New York
400
City,
miles to any other
anybody in New York City,
anything north.
Yeah.
All right. From somebody that's from Long Island,
Mm-hmm.
as soon as you cross the Tappan Bridge, you are upstate.
I know
But then
what
you
you're
still
saying.
got. But at that
now
point,
that I
you
live
have
in the Hudson Valley.
500 miles to get to Canada.
yeah, there's a lot of upstate before that.
You got to at least.
That's
You got to at
upper
least.
state.
I think
Yeah,
the
yeah.
cut. I think the cutoff's Albany, personally.
Yeah. Well, now that I
Yeah.
live in the
to
Mid
us.
Hudson Valley,
Yeah, to
I
us.
actually,
Yeah, to us.
Because it
Not to
can't
these
be.
fuckers.
You can't just say like downstate is just this 30-mile square area,
right.
and then the rest.
Is
Hundreds of
upstate.
thousands of square miles is all upstate.
But anyone in New York City you talk to, that's
just
what they say.
it doesn't make sense
Oh, you're
mathematically.
from upstate. I'm like, yeah, but
I mean,
no.
look on
But
the
we're
map.
from Long Island. We
I'm
don't
like,
give a
look on a
fuck.
map, dude. Like, I'm really this
Yeah.
close to you, and then there's this close. Like, you're talking about upstate.
All right,
Yeah.
so
When
are
I
we
lived-
talking about the band here, or? Yeah.
This show is all
Wow.
about shooting the shit, and we're doing it. You
We
guys are
are
doing a
shooting
great job.
shit like we've never seen shit
We
shot
shoot shit.
before.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. When I lived down in North Carolina, people were like, "Y'all got deer in New York?"
Oh, dude, you want
And
to
I'd be like, "Do you realize for me to drive from my house to Canada takes 2 hours longer than for me to drive from my house across 5 states to get here?"
Dude, I was in Atlanta, Georgia.
Everybody, Atlanta, Georgia. I lived there for 10 years.
I was in
4-hour
Atlanta,
drive.
Georgia. No, wait,
I was
listen.
at 10
I was
years
in
in
Atlanta,
Atlanta.
Georgia, right? And
They
we're in a
don't
neighborhood
realize.
with my buddy, right? I went down there. He's a plumber, so I'm going down there thinking of moving down there. We go to this weekend party on a Saturday night. It's a NASCAR race party, right? And I'm like, there's like 50 people there. They're all drinking Coors Light and shit. I'm like, where's the real beer? Blah, blah, blah. All I said was, this is the most boringest fucking race I've ever seen in my life. And my buddy's like, you should have never said that.
Yeah, they
Because
get
I'm like,
mad.
they're just going in circles. I'm like,
You got it.
know.
It's kind of like you
It's
just
like
got
a
to know all
religion.
like the,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
nuances of
Yeah,
what's
fuck.
happening.
And then they're like,
Yeah.
these girls come up, they're like, you talk funny. I'm like, I talk funny?
talk
Really?
Turn on the TV, honey.
Like, say
More people talk
coffee.
like me
Say
than you.
coffee.
Yeah, that's
Coffee.
the thing. Coffee.
Dude,
Coffee.
I get out.
As
We
you
go
say
out
that,
to
they
this,
know where
Water.
you're from.
Yeah.
we go to this biscuit
Ball.
place, and the
Ball.
sheriff gets out of his sheriff's car, hands me the
You don't
keys
know,
to his
man.
patrol car, and says, steal this car so I don't have to work the rest of the day. I'm like, is that the vibe I'm giving off to you? Like, really? You know, where's that coming
You're a
from?
Yankee. You can
Genius
keep us
guy.
busy for days.
Holy shit! All right, well
What
we're
kind of shit?
we're at the 46 mark, so let's take a quick break, regroup. I gotta take a piss. Anybody else? Show of hands.
Take a piss for me,
I already,
sir.
I already cut out on you guys.
Take two.
Sorry.
They're small.
I didn't even realize.
All right, just give us. All right, so
Oh, yeah.
everybody watching, give us a sec.
Throw
Real
on some
quick
music.
plug. Facebook.com/Hellride102. No spaces in that. Hellride102. You guys got a show coming up anytime soon, or
We have a show coming up Saturday. Open it up for Ross the Boss.
no shit? All right.
No shit. As a matter of fact,
Where's that?
that is at the Chance Theater.
And we got 2 tickets.
Oh
for this one.
God!
I
You guys better
appreciate
be
it.
there,
I
please,
can't-
please,
he's
please,
going
please, please.
I'm
Come
going
on.
on a cruise.
Come on,
And I
tomorrow,
got-
man.
and I got a wedding.
Give them to
All right, well, those
sake.
are
So
Really?
we will find somebody to.
Give-
to
those
give you
are
that.
very
Tell them that
legitimate
it's from
reasons.
us.
All right, that works.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
I swear to
I
God.
gotta
I'm
tell
going
you,
to
you
a
guys
wedding,
got
I'm sorry.
very legitimate reasons. Cruises and weddings,
Yeah.
those are very important reasons. All right, I can't.
I'm taking my first vacation in 5 years. Fuck
Yeah.
you.
Fuck the
Fuck your
chance.
stupid show at the Chance, motherfucker.
Hey, how about
understand
we
that.
do this? First person to reach out to us gets these 2 tickets.
Oh,
Yeah,
that'd
there
be
you go.
sweet,
Yeah.
man. Come see
Yeah.
us, man. We are
Reach
gonna
out.
fucking rock. I ain't lying, man.
Yeah, first
Everything
person
done.
message us on Facebook, Instagram, email adamdeadradio, ryandeadradio@gmail.com, not me.
Yeah, because Adam will be away.
Yeah,
I will
so-
be able to.
And we will we'll have them waiting for
Jay,
you in
we
the
scared
Crafted
'em.
Cup, and
He's out of
we'll give
contact.
you
I like
a
that.
sticker and a couple tickets. I'm
Yep.
thinking Adam number 2 is going to be the one to take it.
Absolutely,
take up on
we
that.
got
Maybe
we have
it's-
a
Sounds
couple. We have
good.
a couple super fans that would
I'll
be
even-
willing
I'll
to check
even-
the show out.
I'll throw a
Absolutely.
CD in there. We'll throw a CD in there. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Throw a CD.
There you
Yeah,
go.
we already have one. All right, so we got a
So-
CD. We got 2
Actually, I
tickets
got more. I'll grab another CD before we leave.
to the
Yeah,
chance.
So you get a CD and a ticket. How's that?
Goddamn right.
Sounds
Whatever
great.
the fuck.
Yeah.
And some
CD.
dead radio stuff.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah, I'm
You
taking
do that. Yeah, take a couple stickers, man. Stick them on. You know.
Everything.
Yep.
Yeah, stick them on everything you find.
Stickers are the
Let's see
shit.
here. Let me.
Everybody knows stickers.
Keep some
Except for the
tunes.
people that own the clubs. They're like, hey,
Go blow up your
stop with the
bathroom.
fucking stickers.
Oh,
Don't
by
give
the
them
way,
out."
are we still broadcasting?
They're just
Metal,
like-
Yeah, yeah.
Metalhead calls me up fucking like 11:30 at the Chance at the Y&T show. He said he put like 50 stickers all over the bar.
Nice.
Beautiful.
I'm sure they.
We got our friend Sean the
called
Metalhead.
Metalhead. We call him Metalhead.
Oh, they love
All right, so what song do you guys want to play here? You want to do Hell Ride? Because we did Are You Ready last week, so
I'd like to do Hell Ride.
Yeah, let's do Hell Ride.
Hell Ride's good production too.
This goes out to all my Road Rig supporters.
All right, so this is Hell Ride 102. If you want to check them out, facebook.com/hellride102. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Diego.
This is Taka.
This is Rick.
This is Mike from Hudson Valley Tattoo Company, and you're listening to Dead Radio Podcast.
Only took 25 minutes.
No, it took him 25 minutes.
You got to turn the mics on.
Hey.
All right.
I don't think you missed anything.
Well, we're back from break with Hell Ride 102.
Hello.
We just heard
Here's
Hell
that
Ride,
again.
Circle of Four, and Verginning and Verend.
Virgining and Verend.
It's about a vagina.
No, it was. We were writing
about
the
a
song
vagina.
and like, where do we start? And Phil goes, well, take it from the Virgining. So it became Virgining, and we'll play it till the Verends. So it was stupid.
That was
but
after his like 8th line of cocaine.
8? Must have been a slow night.
I should
Matter
probably.
of fact, the first time Phil met Doug, you remember Doug was like, "What's up with Phil and the powder hanging off his nose?" Yeah, because Phil would go in the bathroom, come out, and it'd be like this big fucking powder head on his, rim of his.
He looked like the
nostril.
Magic Gin.
Yeah.
Just full out bald. Sick goatee.
Yeah, like
a
this
mustache.
little. Yeah. He's like 6'7". He looks like a genie. Yo, dude.
What's up, dude?
What's up, dude? What brought you in? You was crying like a pussy.
We were talking a little bit about the quote end quote scene around Hudson Valley during the break here, and there's a lot. Like, I just keep for whatever reason, there's just a huge slew of bands that are fucking excellent in this area, and just a lot of music coming out of this area. It's kind of incredible. And there was a big boom. I always talk about it. There was a big boom back in the early 2000s, and like I don't know if that was just it just got bigger real quick and then just went back to normal, which was still a shitload of bands. I don't know, but it seems like nowadays it's just everywhere you look. We went to the the Womb of Nations show, and there was like 4 or 5 other shows going on from bands that were on that came on this podcast that we could have went to.
Yeah, we had to tell people like we can't make it.
Wow. We already committed to this one.
That's nice, though. That's great, dude. Is that great or what?
There has always been a really good hard rock and metal and punk scene. Like, I'm talking back in the 80s in Middletown, there was a great hardcore scene going on and a great heavy metal scene. And, hey, God bless Stevie and, what the hell's the name of his place? Steven Killer and...
The Fantasy place?
Yeah, Rock Fantasy.
Yeah.
Oh, Rock Fantasy.
Rock Fantasy.
Okay.
If you ever get out to
Middletown,
the shithole that is Middletown, definitely go to Rock Fantasy.
It is a shithole.
We call it Shittletown.
Yeah,
We used to do
Middletown
work
is
out
worse
there. It's
than
like,
Kingston.
Oh, we got to go to Shittletown?
I used to work
or Montesmelhole.
I used to work in Slate Hill, which is outside
I
of
know exactly
Middletown,
what it is,
man.
yep.
Middletown is garbage.
Yeah.
But it
But-
always
I
had
used to
a
live there.
great
It's
hardcore
rough.
scene and a great metal scene.
It's at least it's
back
not
when
Port
they was-
Jervis. That's what I say.
Yeah.
No, we call Monticello
I think that's on the
Montesmelhole,
sign when you
so.
roll in there. It says Middletown. At least we're not Port Jervis.
Yeah,
I
right.
think it says that.
But, I mean, even if you Google some of the shows that they used to have at the Orange County Speedway, fucking Metallica played there.
Sure. Lots of
With
bands.
suicidal tendencies.
I saw Van
Like
Halen
seriously
there.
bands.
Yeah, I saw Van Halen
They're
there.
like serious bands.
So, I mean, there's always been a great scene around there, but
I saw
there's
Van
not always a lot of great places to play.
That's I think
And
that's
it's
the
hard to
the
get your
main-
music out there, but it's also too easy to get your music out there.
I think that's a
You
big
could-
problem with Poughkeepsie too. You know, like
Dude, if we had a place like the Anchor, I'd be there every week.
we
Word,
just
word. I
have
love
the
the Anchor.
chance,
I love the
and
Anchor.
I think My Place Pizza does some stuff, but it's not like a venue. You know, like
No,
you know, like
yeah.
the Anchor is like a venue. The BSP is a fucking venue. You
Yeah.
know,
Right.
and it just in Poughkeepsie we have one big cluster of
It's
stuff,
always-
and that's
yeah,
it.
that's
You
it.
know, and no offense to the Chance, whatever. They've been around forever. They always
Well, it's
always
nice to
got
play in the
things
stadiums.
going
Dude, but
I
it's not
love
like the
playing
fucking.
outhouse.
It's not like the problems with the Chance are a secret.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
You know
everybody.
what?
Everybody has the same fucking gripes.
You go in the bathroom, there's blood all over the urinals. It's
Yeah,
awesome, you know?
Those aren't my grapes, all right?
That's not my blood,
My
though.
grapes. Senior too
you know,
funny.
kidney stones are nothing to laugh about.
Well, that's the chance, though.
Gentlemen.
Like, you ever see Bar Rescue? I'm like, yeah, if John Tapper ever walked in, like, all right, you're all fucking fired, you know?
Those aren't my grapes, but I understand what
That's
you're
not my kidney stone sitting on that sink, okay, buddy? Cool off.
Yeah, but actually, this is going to be really goddamn interesting. I think I like to ask bands, individual band members, what their first album was that they bought. This is one of my favorite things because we've gotten
or
Grand
like
Funk
picked out,
Railroad.
got for a gift.
Grand Funk Railroad, Inside Out.
the first record you got.
Grand Funk Railroad, Inside Out. Mark, Don, and Mel, 1969 and 71, double album.
All right, so that's a good one.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the first album that I actually bought.
Or was bought for you. We'll go with
well,
that.
you know, I got to.
Well, he's from
My
Long
early
Island,
influences, like I loved bands like Kansas and Yes, and like my early influences were like a lot of prog rock.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly didn't really get into heavy stuff until I met Doug Beans, and he's like, "Listen to this," and I'm like, "Oh fuck all the shit I've been listening to. This is awesome." You
It's
know?
so funny, like that switch flips all of a sudden. Because I was never into like really heavier stuff, even when the whole new metal scene was popular and everything.
Yeah.
It didn't really stick until later. Like all of a sudden, I was just like, "Holy shit, Helmet's pretty awesome! Wow, I really like Prong. Hey, what's this band?" And, like it all just
Helmet's awesome. Too. I love him.
Well, I get like Helmet vibes from
we
you
worked
guys.
together.
Like
we used to just put Helmet on and just play like 4 albums in a row of Helmet. Go walking in. We've walked into customers' houses and they're like, "Are you guys like surfers or something?" And we're like,
and they're doing a dishwasher humming Wilma's Rainbow.
Yeah. Dude, this guy freaking. We had these 2 old Italian women, right?
Oh
and
God, they were such a great time.
we're putting a wall oven in for him. He starts singing to the old lady grandma. Next thing you know, I'm like putting a wall oven in by myself. He's over there with these 2 old Italian women singing with him for like 45 minutes.
What were you singing?
I don't even know.
They started pulling out some music, and they're like, I can't really read music, but I know like notes go up and down. So you gotta follow along. The granddaughter was upstairs doing like Italian opera, so we started like sort of singing along, and I made up a little Appliance Pro song. It was fucking hysterical.
Matter of fact, I went back there years later when he wasn't with me, and the grandmother died, but the daughter, which is whatever, she's like 70 now. She's like, "Where's Michael? Where's Michael?" Oh, Michael's doing something else right now, but we want Michael. You know?
What about you, Jay? What was your first album?
I was just sitting here thinking about it the whole time you were talking about it. I'm like, dude, it was Run DMC,
There you go.
King
See what I'm
of
saying?
Rock.
That's a good one.
King
That's a really
of
good
Rock.
one.
There is none higher. Sucker MCs can call me sire. I just love that shit, man. Like I'm an '80s person. Like, there was no like good music in the '80s except for rap and heavy metal, and that's all I listened to is Slayer. And all right,
I'd
here's
agree
me.
with that.
I listened
Sure.
to Run DMC and Slayer at the same time. I would just be at my house like, I'll listen to Run DMC, and then I'm putting Slayer on, like right after each other. And it's like, to me, they sound the same because they're 80s music that I like, and there was so much 80s music I didn't like. So, it's like, you know what I mean? There was nothing for me other than that.
Beer Lafone. Everybody say Beer Lafone on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Beer Lafone. I don't know what that means.
Neither do I.
I like it either.
But it kind of sounded like on NPR when they all say thank you after
Dude,
the fun drive.
we had this.
I don't have anything in
We had
here.
this box truck called the Beast, and we would come back from band practice, and every time you took a left or right turn, you would just hear all the beer bottles clanging.
I'm ghetto as shit.
So
I'm
he's
sorry.
like, Beer Lafone. So
I like that.
It's like a xylophone, a beer phone.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
No, it makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah.
The clinking.
And
I should've-
do you hear the bottles clinking when your beer is low?
Oh, you want to hear a really good one real quick?
Go for it.
So we're down at West Point. We're putting in air conditioners in this general's house, right? So we show up to the gate. This is right after
Coach
9/11. So they're like, they got their whatever, their Uzis or whatever the hell you call it, M15s or whatever.
AR-15.
And they're like,
M16s.
what do you
Yeah, the
guys
real
got
deal.
here? Like, well, we got work order for a general so-and-so. And he goes, well, what's in the truck? And like a fool, I go, because we called old appliances when we yank them out of customers' homes. we called them dead
Dead
soldiers.
soldiers.
So I go, we just got a bunch of dead soldiers in the back. And I'm like, did I just fucking say that? And he's like, all right, come on, let's go in the back. And then, of course, they search the whole freaking truck. And Gertie's just like looking at me like, asshole, asshole.
General so-and-so.
Anyway, I don't know, flashback. You know, it's as Jim Kirk would say, LDS. It's the LDS.
It's the LDS.
You ever watch Star Trek 4?
Yeah, I love that, dude.
Return
I
Home?
just watched that.
Which
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it. I saw it like 20 years ago.
It was a long time ago, right? I just watched it
When he
again on
dives into the
Netflix,
pool with
and
the
it
whales.
was so fucking funny, dude.
And then the caretaker, the zookeeper, whatever, she's like, "What's wrong with him?" And Jim Kirk's like, "A little too much LDS."
LDS, because he's like, remember?
They didn't know how to say LSD.
Back in the Berkeley days, you did too much LDS.
Guess you had to have done acid to appreciate that joke.
Yeah,
dude.
Okay.
Or seen that movie
Clown
when
Rock.
I was older than 14.
It's old, man. I just watched it again though with my dad, who's like
Makes
70.
more sense when
and he
you-
was like, "Fucking, I forgot all about this shit." And he thought it was fucking cool as shit.
All right,
Like,
moving on. Sorry, dude, but flashbacks do occur.
Yeah,
By the
just-
way, I
just
had
let
an
it go.
interview with my job interview. The first flashback I ever had was
We're talking about an actual.
The interviewer turned into a mouse with whiskers because the fluorescent lights set me off for
Okay.
some reason. I was like a little nervous.
fucking
And
deep,
through the
yo.
whole fucking interview,
I'm telling
this
you,
guy
dude.
was a mouse with whiskers.
Did you get the job?
Yeah, I did.
I'm glad
I did. God damn right I did.
I'm glad I've never experienced that, Dean.
All right,
but
moving
okay,
on,
like,
moving on.
I'm glad I've never experienced that.
On to the fourth
I
song
just
on the
got
CD.
jobs like,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, why are we here again?
Holy shit.
You see?
So are all bands like this?
You
I
see
mean,
what I'm dealing with?
Nope.
No. Guys, you see what I'm dealing with here? Like,
This is Francis Dean if they stay together, though. I guarantee it.
Talk to me about. I'm curious about "Worship Your Satan." I haven't had a chance to like really dive into the lyrics. I've just been headbanging to it.
Okay.
Talk to me about that song.
Worship Your Satan
Mhm.
is about cigarettes.
Oh,
It's
okay.
way less evil than you think.
Well,
Yeah, people.
here's the
think
whole
it's
story.
like-
I'm hanging out at a bar in Allentown, Pennsylvania, and I'm having a couple of beers. I was
just a
doing
couple.
whatever the fuck out there. So I'm sitting across the bar, and I'm like, oh, man, she's pretty tasty. And all of a sudden, she, like, lights up a cigarette. Like, the whole image was blown.
Oh wow.
But it wasn't just, like, she didn't just light up a cigarette, like, had a cigarette. It was, like...
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah,
me every
yeah.
day. Yeah.
It was like
that, gotta have it. And I was like, it's like worshiping your Satan. And I was like...
It's like my wife when she gets hungry.
She's standing
She
in
hasn't
front of the
eaten in a
microwave
while.
going, hurry!
She gets
Low
mad.
sugar.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
smoked
what it
for-
really started
yeah.
out with, and it's the first words are, "If you believe in the devil and hell, fire and brimstone have a certain smell.
Mhm.
You get a taste of it. You get a taste of hell upon earth. With every inhale, the deeper the curse."
All right.
So it's light up another one.
Okay.
There's no escaping. Worship your
Right
Satan.
on.
And I'm vaping,
Yeah.
vaping tobacco as we speak. So God bless us all.
That was-
Each and every one.
But it's basically about addiction. Most, specifically about smoking addiction.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. And interesting.
Chasing
I was
the
curious.
dragon.
Which,
Hey, did you guys
because
ever
people
see,
see worship your Satan, they're like, oh my God, what is he talking about? And then you really
Did you
get
guys
down
ever
to the
see
lyrics.
You guys ever see the movie From Hell?
Yeah, sure.
When he takes him in there and he's interviewing him and he's like, and what was it? I forget the actor's name. And he looks at Johnny Depp. He goes, "You're chasing the dragon, aren't you?"
The reason why I asked about "Worship Your Satan" because I just want to play you guys something real quick here.
This is Magus Peter H. Gilmore, High Priest of the Church of Satan.
Nice.
Listen to Dead Radio Podcast. Or you won't make it into hell. Hail, Satan.
I wasn't sure if you guys were familiar with.
That's our big claim to fame.
Magus. Magus Peter H. Gilmore.
Yeah, he lives like 2 miles from here.
Hey, buddy,
yeah,
what's
the,
up?
yeah, the high priest of the Church of Satan.
Yeah.
Oh, no
yeah.
shit.
Really? Get out of
Didn't
here.
they used to have the place in, what was that, up by Cold Spring?
I ain't gonna lie, I love
Yeah,
Mountain Road, East Mountain Road.
Yeah, but
We
now
used
he
to go
lives.
up there and trip
yeah.
on mescaline and watch them
Again with the drugs.
I know, drug-oriented person. Hey, I'm from the 70s.
You
Man.
remember that shit?
Yeah, they call the Church of Satan calls Poughkeepsie home base.
Really?
So yeah, and
Yeah.
we were lucky enough to have them on twice.
Slamming.
Make it sound
Cool.
twice.
They should definitely be part of the 200th episode.
You got to play if you do it the third time. Play "Worship Your Satan" to them, and
absolutely.
they'd probably be calling us. Hey, dudes, you guys want to do a show?
Yeah, the thing I think that we love about it so much is that the Church of Satan is so tongue-in-cheek. They don't believe in the devil.
I was just about to say,
they just do it to fuck with people.
That's what I was about to say.
And that's my favorite part because they come into
They
someone
might
says, "Oh, you devil worshippers," and they go, "Well, actually." It's like, had you read a single line on our website, you would know that we don't believe in the devil.
Well, I wrote all this shit. I spent all my time writing this shit, and you didn't even read it.
My cousin hires Hellride for doing a show at her wedding, and I'm like, "Do you really want us to play for
That sounds like a great wedding.
wedding?"
Yeah, I want to go to that fucking wedding.
Hellride.
The wedding I'm going to is not going to have Hellride.
There's like a lot of leather vests with
and
patches.
And her
and stuff
husband's
like
like really a big metal guy, so he's like, "All right." So I'm like, "Gertie, man, just listen. Remember, you got to remember the name of the bride and the groom, right?" So what happens? We go there. They got an open bar, so we go to the bar. We're there for like 3 hours.
You already know where
and
I've heard enough stories from him already. You know where it's going.
we open up with "Worship Your Satan." The priest is there and everything. The room
I'm
cleared
singing
out.
"Worship Your Satan." The priest is at the first table.
The room cleared out like 5 minutes. There was nobody there.
In a downpour.
It was a total. Was it
Yeah, we're at a marina in a downpour.
Yeah.
Cleared that room.
Yeah.
Cleared that room.
That room.
So
Gertie calls the bride and groom like 2 other names. I'm like, who the fuck are they?
well, it was Jody and Ryan, but we were just talking about his brother Randy, so I called him Jody and Randy, which were friends of mine.
Dude, we already had like 2 hours of whiskey in us. So it was ridiculous.
Put it this way, we drank the bar out of Jack Daniels.
I'm glad I've never played.
Yeah, but I warned her. I said, dude, I warned you. This is
it's on them.
And we did, like,
it's on the couple. That is not your fault at all.
That's
the
song that's on the album "Morbid Fear." We did that after "Worship Your Satan," so it's like "Worship Your Satan," "Morbid Fear." It's like,
guys,
that's like I want a tiger at my wedding. I don't care what happens. You know, yeah, it's like you can't really blame the tiger for mauling 7 people.
That's his
But
job.
my advice to anybody who plays a wedding is do not drink whiskey for an hour and a half with the wedding party before you play.
Yeah, I'm a wedding.
They're all German, so they drink hard.
So I'm a wedding photographer, and I have like a rule. Like I have one during cocktail hour, and then 2 during dinner, and that is it.
Jay, we wouldn't make it there. That's
Listen,
not a business.
dude, I'm glad I've never played a wedding with you two.
You're also
That's all I got to say. I played weddings. I'm glad I never played a wedding with you two. That sounds awful.
Well, you got insurance for that. I actually have like held my camera in my hand and been like, I should smash this and put a claim in so I can get new shit. But it's just like
maybe
it's like a camera. Like you get like nostalgic about it. You know what I mean? It's like I've had this for so many years. You know.
Get them to pay for it.
So, but if I accidentally drop my camera, I'd be super happy because I would just get a new one.
A better one.
Yeah, but like I've had it for so it's like it develops like a personality.
It's like a good guitar, man.
Yeah, like Ryan's fucking piece of shit acoustic back there, held together with fucking duct tape.
I got that when I was 13 years old.
Dude,
that was
giant.
But you're never gonna get rid of that.
That was 20
My
years
first
ago.
guitar was a Sears guitar with a tremolo. It had a spring tremolo.
That's old school, buddy. That's
the
old school.
giant hose
They used to
clamp
come
on that.
in a case,
Definitely
had amp
reduces its personality.
amp in the case, amp in the case,
It
right?
was gangrene color. It never stayed in tune.
You
and
could
it had
plug
a
the
spring
fucking
tremolo.
thing. You could plug it into the case, right? You could plug it into the case, and it would be an amp.
Oh, it was the biggest piece of shit in the planet, but I loved
I've
it.
seen that shit before.
Matter of fact,
if you had that shit now, you know how much money that would be worth, dude.
Hipsters would love that.
Oh,
They don't need their music to be in tune. They're fine.
Oh God, no.
They're playing one chord.
Yeah.
If that.
Singing some fucking Jack Johnson song.
What's you guys how old are you, Jay?
Youngin.
Are you a 70s guy or an 80s? You're an 80s guy.
I'm a 70s guy. Well, I was born in the 70s.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
like, I was raised in the 80s, man.
All right.
I'm a little bit younger than these guys.
So-
Not much. Like I'm turning. All right. To be honest, I'm turning 47 next week.
All right, so
or next month.
Happy birthday.
He doesn't even know his birthday.
What are you guys listening to
next
now?
week or next month?
Next month.
Okay.
Like, what bands are you listening to now? Like, bands that are out now. What are you listening to
Really
now? Anything?
digging stoner rock. I love Baroness.
Baroness.
I love
Baroness
King.
is fantastic.
King.
King.
I
Fuck
love
yeah, King. We saw King open for Clutch.
Yeah, we've seen King
Clutch is another band I love.
3 times now we've seen King.
We saw King.
I have a really great
I saw
King
King of the
t-shirt
Chance,
that I
man.
hope
They
to
were
fit
awesome.
into.
Yep. We saw King, Corrosion of Conformity without Pepper. So it was just Matt, or I'm sorry, Mike.
yelling.
It was Mike, Woody, and Reed, and that was it. And just Mike just yelling into the mic. He's like, I got a sore throat, so it's the death metal version of COC. And so he's just like, brah, the whole time.
And I'm just
Whatever.
like holding my hands over my ears, like,
Meanwhile,
this
he's
is
like,
great.
Turn it up.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, this is the old shit. But all right,
Yeah,
so
the old shit
yeah,
was great
okay.
shit.
Yeah, Baroness,
I love that someone has heard of King.
Oh, yeah.
That makes me
Fantastic.
so
Oh,
happy
dude, I
that
love
someone
those
has
guys.
heard of them.
Another great band, Red Fang.
I know
yep,
them, yeah.
Sure, Red
Yeah.
Fang. Fuck yeah.
You're a PBR guy.
Yeah.
They're PBR
I
band.
never used to be a PBR guy. I kind of wish that I was into PBR before it got. It's not expensive, but
Yeah,
before it
but
got
it's
more expensive.
trendy.
Yeah, it
Drink
used to be.
Schaefer.
Why,
You
you
could
can still
get.
buy a case of 30 for fucking like $16.
I know, but you used to be able to get it for $8.99.
Right, it's doubled in price.
Yeah, a six pack. Of, it's
still
gone back
cheap,
down.
doubled
It's
in
gone back
price.
down
Dude,
a little bit, but
Dude,
since the
speaking of
hipsters
PBR,
adopted it,
we
yeah.
installed this dishwasher for this really, really old retired guy, right? So he's like, he's drinking PBRs. And he's like, come on, boys, have a beer with the old man. So we're like fucking 15 beers later.
Dude,
the
are you
fucking
kidding?
daughter calls
You're
me up, bitching me out.
20
What did you
YouTube
do to my father? We got him trashed.
I was about to say.
This is just for this whole entire podcast. It's
Jay,
just
share a little, huh?
Dude,
this entire
Jesus, Jay.
podcast is
Just booze stories.
it's
I was just joking.
it's drugs,
Someone-
rock and roll, and appliance installation.
I'm like, someone is taunting
Well,
you.
that's-
Can you write that down really quick?
Well,
Someone
business.
is
Well,
taunting you guys to drink. That's what I was like really concerned about. Like someone's taunting
that was the business
you
that we
to
started
drink.
together.
Another. So one. Oh well, go ahead. Go ahead. I didn't want to.
The appliance installation is the business that he and I started together. That we have been working on for a while. Fuck with.
Watch out! Watch out! Watch out!
So yeah,
So you guys started a business.
yeah, we
So-
did that years ago. Then I left. Then I came
I
back
wanted
and
to
worked for a while,
jokingly
and I
say
left
doing
again.
what?
But you meet.
Yeah, dude, you want to hear a really good story? So we got the Beast, right? So we're sitting there in front of the customer's like, I'm not going to be there for like another hour. So, well, there's two stories. First was like, she's like, so we're sitting there, we had like 1 million of these candles. So we just start lighting candles and putting them on the dashboards and all over the interior of the box truck.
How high were you when you did that?
Do that.
And
Why
No, he said he had
meanwhile-
the Beast.
Meanwhile, the
No,
neighbors
this
called
is
why would you
sobriety
do
and
that?
boredom.
the
That's the worst
the
part.
neighbors
do
are
that,
like, who the
like-
fuck is this weird, ugly gray box truck? And
What is your
why are these
story,
flames
dude?
coming all over the place? So
That's
they
what I
call the
would
cops
say.
on us. And the cops are like, what are you boys doing here? We're like, well, we're waiting for Mr. So-and-so because we're putting a dishwasher in their house. Is that okay with you? Well, what's up with the flames? Oh, shit, yeah, you're right. Okay.
Oh
Just
shit!
put the
I almost
fire
lit
out.
my
The next
truck
one, we're going
on
to do a
fire.
water heater, and the lady's not home for like a half an hour. So it's a hot summer day. We're wearing shorts. Well, fuck it, man. We pull out some fucking like cardboard boxes, lay them out in her front lawn. We're out there sunbathing. She comes home, and we're fucking sleeping on her front yard. She's like, why are you on my front yard? We're like, oh, fuck.
We're putting your
Water heater
dishwasher-
drain yet?
Oh, we're the guys.
And
who
the
are putting
funny
your
thing is, like 4
dishwasher in.
years later, we went back to put another water heater in. She's like, I remember you two boys. And she's like getting all hot. And like, you know. Anyway, whatever.
You dudes are crazy.
That got weird, didn't
You
it?
guys are crazy. You guys are fucking crazy.
What
No,
about-
the funniest thing is people always ask like, dude, what's appliance installations like? And I was like, man, remember those old porn movies when like the guy comes up and like the chick's really hot, like she wants to just get it on and all this
Yeah,
shit.
you remember like Friends
It
when
ain't
like
nothing
Joey,
like that.
you know, like when the Friends episode when it was like, wait, but the pizza girl came to the doorstep and didn't ask me for sex, you know? Like, you know.
What do you? What about you, Dean? What are you listening to right now?
I listen to everything. I don't know. I don't really categorize it. Just
Nah, I mean like bands. Like you into like new bands? What are you into? Or are you still listening
Ask
to the
him.
same old shit?
No. Listen, I go through like periods of like because I study music a lot. So
Mhm.
like when I start going into a guitar low, I need to like riff out and
Mhm.
learn a new riff. So I go Marty Friedman to Eddie to I don't know. I don't know what I do.
Nice
I don't really
out.
explain it. You know?
What about you, Jay?
I listen to.
He's
I
the
just,
most
like,
obscure
again, I'm
out
like-
of
I'm
any
very
of us when it
obscure,
comes to
like,
Well,
music.
hit me, man.
All right. You know, like like I went not too long ago. Me and Doug actually went to see what was it? Lennon and Claypool.
Jesus Christ!
I fucking love those guys, dude.
Yeah,
That shit was
yeah.
so fucking cool. I mean, that's not like even the two of them are doing different things now, but still, I just love that shit, and it was like awesome. And you know, like I listen to a lot of hip hop. I I hate to say this shit, like Nipsey Hussle. Like,
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
It's some super obscure shit. It's like he reminds me of like I used to listen to NWA and like I was saying back in the 80s, all I listened to in the early 90s is like death metal and hip hop. To me, they were very like influential at the same time, dude. Like it's so weird because the two of those types of music, like they're completely not the norm at the time, but at the same time they're very influential, and I don't know, that's all I listen to. So Nipsey Hussle, he reminds me of like old school like Dr. Dre or Snoop Doggy Dogg, or like the videos. He's got mad videos, and it's like bitches and 40s, and like, it's like cars and shit. It's like people don't do that shit anymore. Like it's like not rap dudes don't do that shit anymore. So I don't know. I'm like I've been listening to that. Like I'm sorry. Because that has nothing to do with nothing to do with your show at all. I'm sorry.
No, it's like no, the whole.
This guy,
I want to know.
This guy impressed me a little bit. Where I'm just like, oh shit, I really like some of his songs are a little bit. You know, I'm not gonna say like everything he does is like what I do, but a lot of his music harkens me back to fucking the 80s and 90s, like Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and he like, you know. Tupac, he even compares himself to Tupac, and the guy is really good. I'm not gonna lie, like he's like, I don't know. And I thought
it's a bold statement.
First, I saw this guy, I thought like Nipsey Russell, like you know, you guys are older guys. He's a fucking old comedian. He's an old comedian, and I like this guy totally ripped his fucking name off of Nipsey Russell, and he called himself Nipsey Hussle, and I'm like, that's kind of fucked up. I made a joke about it for almost a year and a half. And then all of a sudden I listened to him and I'm like, dude, I really like this guy. Like, you know, I'm sorry. I'm like, I know this is a metal show, but it's like,
it's not.
Like,
no. We had a fucking country music guy on a couple weeks ago.
Well, I don't know.
It's fine.
I'm assuming.
I don't care.
I kind of like this guy, and he's not new, by the way. He's like, he's
we're more wondering like what you're listening to.
That's what I've been listening to lately. You know what I mean? Like,
But this is a guy, like, you go to his apartment, on one wall it's Miles Davis, and then it's like Hendrix, and then it's Beatles, and then it's Run DMC, and
I love Run.
The guy runs the gamut.
He's basically a musical whore, so.
Yeah, no, I like everything, dude. Like, all right, to me, there's only two types of music. There's music I like, and there's music I don't like, and that's it. There's no, I don't like people putting big parameters on, like, oh, it's this, or it's that, or it sounds like this, and like, because you can.
I'm that guy though. I'm like, oh,
you got to put the parameters,
like,
and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, listen, I can get along with you just as anybody else, but I'm saying like I like to say I either like this or I don't, and then there's like, but there's so many ways you can like say, well, this sounds like this, and this sounds like this, and this sounds like, and it'll drive me crazy. that's why I break it down to these two things. I'm crazy, but I break it down to two things. I like it or I don't like it, and that's it. I can't.
So like, put it this way, ever listen to VKR, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
So
VKR is the shit.
If you listen to Wednesday morning, it's got the old school country music.
Yep,
you know?
with Bill Hurley.
Yeah. And then we listen to Deep Blue Kitchen on Friday morning.
Yeah, the Big Blue Kitchen with Nick.
What's the other dude?
The other guy is the
Primitive George.
Primitive George.
So that's good shit.
Yeah, big shout out to VKR. I love them. They're great, man.
Great.
Yeah.
I wish they had a metal show.
I played on there before.
They do. They just gotta find them.
Yeah, you could probably get a metal show on there.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, if you wanted to do a show during the summer, it's wide open for slots.
Yeah.
Yo, we played at Vassar Collar a bunch of times. Oh, dude, we should rock that shit. Ding.
Yeah, but
time's up.
I've always been that guy that like I listen to what I listen to. And I don't really care, you know, if I like it, I like it. But I do need to, I do need to categorize for it.
Here's what you know what you need to do. You need to open up your guilty pleasures playlist and share it.
It's public, I think, on Spotify.
It's probably public, but you should share it.
Yeah,
so
we'd
people
like
can
to
check
hear
it out.
a little bit of that.
It's wild, man. There's a lot of weird shit on there.
all over the place.
Sir,
There's like Gin Blossoms and fucking Blues Traveler and Dishwalla, Better Than Ezra, fucking Dog's Eye View.
I may like all of them.
Dog's Eye View. I always love that name of that band.
This is just
I always
loved nonsense shit on there.
What was that one band that we were into? That even Liz was like, I can't believe you like these guys. Remember that?
Oh, Pulse Ultra.
Yeah. No. Pulse Ultra's good, but remember that fucking.
Oh, Unified Theory.
Yeah, Unified Theory.
Nah,
Dude, it was the guys from Blind Melon after that guy, after the lead singer
Shannon
OD.
Hoon. Yeah.
And Chris Singh.
You're gonna like them.
Oh wow.
Is the lead singer on it? Unified Theory. It's one album.
It's great material, dude.
Incredible.
Because
dude.
Blind Melon
There's
was
not one
fantastic.
bad
They were
song
great.
on
No,
the
but
whole
this
album.
is beyond that. This is much more musical.
It's like a combination of different flavors of styles, and it just it goes everywhere. And it goes from like hippie to like prog rock to
It runs like a great cab. No, it's like
That's probably why they only had one album.
probably, exactly. But it's good shit.
I tell you what,
if you want to like burn one and just fucking hang out,
yeah,
and
it's
chill
springtime.
out,
You want to,
you're
knock a few
traveling
back,
somewhere, just put it on and you'll be there.
blast the
before you know
cannon.
it,
It's all good.
What was the name of the band again?
Unified Theory.
All right, I'll check them out.
It's one album. It ain't hard to find.
Because
if it is, I'll make you a
They
copy.
put another one out.
No, man, it's
They
just the
didn't do
one.
it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I look for him too.
All right.
Because I figured
that's the other thing. A lot of the older bands are putting their shit back together and coming out. Primus, for instance, just had a new album.
No, I was just saying
Is that
Mastodon.
what
When you
Herb
asked
and
me what I
everybody?
listened to, I listened to Mastodon. And
I've seen Mastodon.
I
The
love
ori-
those
the-
guys.
I wouldn't. It's
They're
not the
on tour with Primus, by the way, and I've heard that, and I'm like so interested in going to see a
Yeah,
show.
it's-
Mastodon and Primus.
I saw Primus
That
with
is
Steve.
like-
Joe Satriani in Primus. Down at the Roseland. That was such a
It was
that must have been sweet.
Yeah, with
It was a weird layout. you know?
Primus just had a new album released last year. It's called the Desaturating 7. Desaturating 7. It's with Les, Lur, and Herb. Yep.
wow.
Tim's back.
It's fucking weird.
Well, it's
As you would
Primus.
expect.
It's supposed to be weird.
Herb's
But,
back.
hey,
though.
the first
Herb's
time
back
my wife,
because
it was
it's
on
like-
Thanksgiving. We were traveling to go for dinner to the family's house, and I played her a Primus album. It literally made her physically sick, and she ended up throwing up all over the place.
Yeah, that'll happen.
I'm serious. She's like, "What is fucking wrong with you? What did you do?" I'm like,
What
"Honey,
is
I'm
this?
just playing Primus."
What album was it?
I don't remember.
I
Probably
play
the Brown album.
Oh,
I don't-
well, that'd make
I don't
anybody sick.
Yeah,
That wasn't the best one.
They recorded that shit.
Why,
They
I've
recorded
I
that
don't like
shit
the Brown
in a
album that much.
When
fucking.
Primus first came out, they related to Rush a lot. Why was that? Because it's not even near.
Because he loves Rush.
Well,
Because
because
they had no
that's
female
why.
fans.
Good one, Gertie.
all right, well done.
I could never understand the correlation. I just never.
Well,
got
you
that.
know, Geddy Lee was like he was
Yeah,
the,
when bass
He's the
player
leader.
wise.
He's
but
the
he was
leader of
the
that
prog
band.
bass player, and you know, if you think of Primus the way they are, just they're very progressive and they're kind of like off the wall.
Yeah.
It's like it's stop and go. It's
but it's nothing
strange.
like Rush.
It's nothing like
It's
Rush.
nothing
but
like
it's
Rush.
the same kind of
Push the limits.
push the limits of
Right.
music.
Les
and
Claypool
Yeah,
does
you could
things
be
on
influenced
bass
by
that
something and not.
nobody does.
Well, he
Yeah,
always
look at
like,
this motherfucker.
Yeah, he also just like
He's getting all introspective over there.
you
What does
also
Les Claypool
always
do?
say with Peter Gabriel.
Oh yeah,
Love
for
his
sure.
music,
Yeah.
but it never bled into what you
Yeah,
did.
yeah. I am a massive Peter Gabriel fan. I love everything he's ever done. I love it. But his sound never made its way into my music. It just I love
it's like
I love
me. It's
him
like
as a
that-
composer. Like I listen to his music and I'm like,
If you actually listen to his
ooh,
chord
that's
structures,
like on another
his
level to
chord
me.
structures are like very.
It's incredible.
It's very two
It's
chord
like listening to
progression.
Paul Simon. Like the chord changes are retarded.
Call me out.
They're just
Call Me
whole-
Out is the greatest
they're just-
song ever
they're
made.
just whole set-
You just
like
use the R word.
progressions,
Use
you
the
know?
R word.
Just try not to, just if you're ever angry, just go on YouTube and pull up "Call Me Al" and just watch that.
the video.
It'll,
The video
serious,
with
dude,
it'll
that's
just fix it
serious.
with Chevy
Chevy
Chase.
Chase makes that movie.
You're right.
It will
You're
fix.
so right.
Or if you got like a shit song stuck in your head, just pull that up.
Just pull it up.
It's
You're
gone. It just wipes it away.
That's the worst part, though. When you hear shit
right.
song on the radio, it's
Yeah.
in your head for the whole
Yeah,
fucking.
I'm
God,
telling you,
it's
pull
always
up,
the
pull
worst
up,
thing.
Call Me Al.
Yeah.
Just pull up, Call Me Al.
Yeah.
Watch the video. 10 seconds of that video, and you're gonna be singing that all day.
Alright, good.
home. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like you just got me thinking about it.
Jay, over here.
Home.
Yeah,
Home.
Focus.
Hey,
Focus.
hey. Fuck your black dildo, man.
Well,
I'm not gonna write that.
If you really want to,
Sorry. Fuck your black dildo, man.
if you want to, but you're gonna have to take that upstairs. We don't want that on camera. Thank you.
There's no Vaseline down here either, Jay. So
There
you're
is
gonna
moist
have to-
anal lube, though.
Oh, there you go. Hey, look, it says Jay right on it.
It's a moist anal lube.
Moist. I thought it was like
Listen, it's just a
vapor
moist
juice. You know.
I mean, I
J
guess you could
juice.
try and
Ooh,
vape it.
don't do
You're
that.
right.
That's
J
like
juice.
Yeah,
petroleum-based.
you could vape a
If you
Tide Pod
vaporize
too. It
that,
doesn't
like,
mean
that
it's a
might
good
be very
idea.
toxic.
But yeah, like
Can't be worse than like a Tide Pod, right?
Probably not.
Yeah, fire up the vape. Let's go.
we never ever we haven't.
Well, I'm
touched
gonna write
on-
down vaping a Tide Pod.
Don't do it. That's all I can say.
Oh, you haven't seen
People
videos of
keep
that?
no, but people keep
It's
telling
proof
me
that
about this
America-
shit, and I'm
that
like, dude,
the
don't do
future
that.
is
It's
just-
got to be.
By the time
It's
I
gonna kill you, man.
By the
That
time I
shit's
caught
gonna
on
be
to the
fucking
fact that
kill
this was happening, I went onto YouTube to look it up because I'm like, I need to see this. I need to see
this
this.
shit. I'm like,
YouTube took them all down.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
it was
really?
getting so out of hand.
Yeah, because it gets to the point where it's just like now you're liable.
People were saying that like, oh, these kids they're so stupid. They're eating Tide
No, they're
Pods.
doing
It
it
wasn't
for
that.
views.
They were doing it for views. They were doing it for like just some internet.
Yeah, it's like the
internet
ice
fame.
fucking thing when they jumped into the
Exactly.
ice pond.
Yeah.
You know, I got one of my employees that works for me. We used to work for him. He's like doing the whole thing. It's on Facebook. It's on YouTube. It's live. He jumps into the thing and it's like 8 inches deep. Like the
Did he
fucking-
like dive in?
Yeah, it was like
He
the
was fucking
stupidest-
javelin.
I'm like, you fucking asshole! Now you know why you don't work for me anymore.
Like a lawn dart.
Here's why you got fired.
And he had like 15
Here's the reasons
people
you
around
got
him,
fired,
all
motherfucker.
watching
You know,
it, you know. Like, you
What I got to do is
asshole.
like, I can't say start my own challenge because it would be more of a resurrection of a challenge. Back in the day, we used to have something called Club 15.
Okay.
We lived in a house that had 15 steps going up to the second floor. 15 steps. 15
Memories.
beers.
15 Memories.
Memories. 15 steps.
How many people are in the Club 15?
How
3.
many?
Gertie.
I
shit.
absolutely 100% could do that depending on what the beer was. If it was PBRs, I could definitely do it.
Wow, that'd be.
How many steps are right here?
Looks like you're in
It's
the.
not 15.
You looks
I'm
like
not-
you're in the
It's
Club 15.
12 or 13.
Well, you gotta get if you get a landing.
I
at the
can't
top,
do it now. I gotta do it.
Well,
like,
I mean, you got to be
starting
like,
from-
prepared for it. But
yeah, you got to have like a nice steak dinner and then.
But
have
the original idea was
You need a little bread. Yeah,
A
you need a
nice
little bread.
steak dinner.
Sorry.
Lots of carbs.
No, that's not for
Right, yeah,
me, man. No
carbs,
way.
sorry.
I gotta purge
me-
myself for 2 days, not like you, my friend. I'll kill that shit, but 2 days of nothing in my system and then beer, I'll kill that
so
shit.
it's
but-
12.
Yeah, I got 12.
It's
That's
12.
We got
12
Club 12.
plus landing, so it's
Well,
13.
the idea
we're
was
halfway up the or a quarter of the way up the second floor.
Yeah, so I'll just go down the
No, well,
two
the idea-
stairs out the door.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Hey, chug 2 beers before you get to the stairs.
Into the
Whatever.
driveway. You're out of my house, so you're not going to puke
Yeah.
in my fucking kitchen. That's perfect.
Well, the idea was
And
it
don't
was
puke
supposed
in
to
his
be.
bushes either, okay? And listen, guys, seriously, that's a rule, okay? You don't puke in somebody's bushes, okay? Band practice one night.
Puke on
I
the
don't know
street.
who it
Are you
was.
trying to say that I puked
Somebody
in your
puked
bushes?
in my bushes.
Are you trying to say that? Is
I'm
that
like,
I'm
what is
asking?
that? Is that like freaking corn and like
It's not me.
you
What
know,
is the dog
vegetables? Yeah. Like, all right, who fucking did this? You know.
I'm gonna just put it out there. It was not me.
So let me
So-
talk to
All right,
me.
Jay. So you say.
I'll piss in your
All
bushes
right,
all
all
day.
right, all right.
I will piss in your
All right,
bushes.
can we reel
I'm
this
not
in?
puking.
All right, back.
Talk,
Yeah.
talk to me about Club 15
Closing time.
and the 3 people that made it.
The original idea of Club 15 was it was like the thing when you go to the arcade.
Uh-huh.
And you hit the thing, and it's like bing. Like if you hit the bell, you got that was
Right,
the
yeah, right,
ultimate.
right,
but
right.
if you got like so much, you're like, oh, you club 10, you club. It suddenly turned into all or nothing.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Gotta make all 15 steps.
You had to make all 15 steps, all 15 beers, and then all of a sudden 15 minutes came in there, which
Whoa.
in the beginning 60
That's-
seconds sounds like a lot. When you're on like
Dude,
step 12,
that shit hurts.
a minute
shit
is
hurts.
not all that long.
That shit hurts, dude.
But
Right.
of all the people that made Club 15, one of them is no longer alive.
Rest in peace.
One of them no longer
Thoughts and
drinks.
prayers.
And One of them is like a huge wine guy.
Is it you? Is one of them you?
No, I didn't make it
Damn
anyway.
Yes, it is.
I was
Yes,
hoping that
it
was the
is.
end of the story. One of them's dead. One of them's me, motherfucker. Like I wanted to
I made it to Club 10, and thank God there was somebody behind me because I would have back tumbled all the way.
Hey, yeah, there's
Done,
the
son.
perils
You've
of
been done,
climbing the
son.
stairs is falling
No,
backwards.
the
that'd
best
be
is we had Appliance Pro Chris's party, right? So we got this fucking guy twisted beyond compare. And what I did is I knocked on the door and I just left him there. And then I just hear his wife like, "Oh my God." And I'm just running back in the truck. Quick, get out of here! Burn wheels, red man.
Throw him in there, man.
It's a very interesting. It's a very interesting transition from a Club 15 to what was it? No longer drinking, not around, and a wino, not a wino, but a wine connoisseur.
He's a wino.
What is the difference? That was what I was gonna say. Like,
Nick, if you're out there, I'm sure you're just
if you
knocking
got a
back
lot
the
of money.
Dago
The difference
red
between
like
here's the
wino-
difference is a guy who's got a lot of money and
No. The difference between wino and wine connoisseur is chugging and sipping. That's the difference.
That's a very good one. Very good.
Holy shit, where are we here?
I don't know. Are we getting anywhere? We actually listening to this record. We actually talking about
What
the
are we
band
here
or
for
just
again?
ridiculous shit?
Hey, we're playing at the Chance on Saturday. Come check us out.
Yeah, we are here for that.
Oh yeah, by the way.
And again,
I'm
for
just saying,
anyone, anyone just
All right,
joining
where's the
us,
hookers?
I'm
Come
just
on,
saying,
let's go.
man.
anyone just joining us, up for grabs 2 tickets to their show at the Chance this Saturday.
Only
Plus,
because we can't make it.
Yeah, plus
A CD.
a copy of the album, and a few Dead Radio podcast stickers. First person to reach out to us anywhere.
That's a
Gets those.
chance. 6 Crandall Street, Poughkeepsie.
Let's say you live in Arkansas. You can still get these tickets.
Just-
You're not
just
going to
fly-
come see
just
us.
on
I
you, just
understand
fly
that,
out
but you
to-
could still.
fly out to Poughkeepsie.
Have we reached
try
a
it
new
out.
low with 0 listeners?
Actually, we have 2 at the moment. That's good.
One is me.
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
Well, one is me.
Oh,
wow.
look at you.
Damn, we got one listener.
Well, it's the live
probably
show.
my mom.
We get a lot more traction on like the download.
Yeah, or
So,
the post viewing and stuff like that.
So we'll be able to watch this.
Oh yeah, sure. It'll be out.
YouTube.com/Dead Radio Podcast.
It might be a little cockeyed because of the streaming. That's logistical.
Might be a little
stuff.
cockeyed because of the
best-
band, but whatever.
The best way
There's
to
that
This
too.
is like the 5th time Jay's pissed since he's been here.
Well,
What is up with that?
uh,
Man's got like a peanut
12-ounce
for-
beers,
consumption.
8-ounce bladder.
Oh Jesus!
So
So
of course he's going up there when I
Doug
finally
was
got to break the
right. Bring
seal.
booze.
Yeah, this is a very drinking heavy show.
I can show you the text.
Talk
Bring
to-
booze.
Oh, any pussy can drink light.
talk to me about the future of the band. What do you think? Is it just you guys are just hanging out and just playing shows?
It'd be
and
nice if we could
You
have
know
a
what?
venue to play at that was decent.
When we originally threw this back together, we're like, you know what? Fuck it. We'll just hang out. We'll play a couple of shows here and there, but nah. I think more people need to hear this more.
Need
The
a-
time is right.
Yeah.
The
for-
metal people like our material, so
Yeah.
I mean,
You know-
I have like the perfect specialist metalhead. We call him metalhead for a reason. And like you said, he liked Circle of Four, and he's like, "Shit is good," you know. I mean,
Yeah,
he
it's
doesn't
like
lie
Circle
to
of
me. He'll
Four.
tell me right up,
You know,
if we suck or not or whatever. And he's like, "Dude, man, that's fucking
nobody's
sick
ever,
kicks."
when I came off the stage, nobody's ever said you guys suck.
Mhm.
You know, the funniest shit is we were up in Phoenicia. We had played a show for, you ever hear of a band for Sundown? They were this big
Sundown.
Southern rock band, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, we
opened up for them
yeah.
at the Chance, of course.
And they were like just like a fucking Allman Brothers cover band, like a bunch of old guys playing fucking Leonard Skinner and shit. I'm
It's like
why are
watching
we
his brother.
why are we opening up for these guys?
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it was at the weirdest venue ever.
That happens.
So fast forward, like, I don't know, 6-8 weeks. We're hanging out in Phoenicia.
On our bikes.
Of
Yeah.
course. What the fuck else are you going to do up there? And some dude walks up to me and he goes, wait, you opened up for Sundown like a couple of weeks ago to Chance. He goes, oh, hell yeah, man. I never forget a guitar player like you.
I missed the name. I've heard of Sundown, and we might have almost opened for them when I was playing.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I swear to God.
Just like,
You
'cause
guys
we're
should you guys should try and get into the Blackthorn bike rally because you'd be a
Oh,
good,
we love
yeah.
Blackthorn. Oh,
You'd
tell
be a
the
good.
Blackthorn story.
Oh, God.
Were you there when it all fucking burned down?
I was there. I watched
Yeah.
that. We were fucking.
Yeah.
Not only,
I didn't
Dude,
go
I
that
did
year.
more cocaine that day in my whole fucking life.
Yeah, that I was
my
supposed to
buddy's
go
like,
that year.
I went to go get a cocaine run, so I left him there. So he's texting me videos of the place just starting to burn down, and that's when 38 Special played that weekend.
Yeah, my dad was like, I was supposed to go, and then got
It's the best
roped.
thing that ever happened at that
they,
place.
They wound up. Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it's
it is.
beautiful now.
Yeah,
it's fucking great.
That
So
fucking
I went,
bar, dude.
yeah.
I walked into the bathroom. The toilet was like this high, and it had shit like this high. And I walked
disgusting.
in there as this poor girl trying to take a piss. And I'm like, honey, just don't even, just don't
Yeah.
hurt yourself. Just forget it.
That,
go on the
that
floor.
place was
Yeah,
such a shithole.
It's like the
Such
Wild
a
West.
shithole.
It's like the Wild
and then,
West.
And then it burned down because like
Yeah.
a sterno fell
It was
over.
a,
and
no,
lit
it was a propane tank
Okay.
that something fell over on it, and
Yeah.
then the gas line snapped, and then
and it lit up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So I wasn't there that year. I had gone the year before, and I was supposed to go that year, but they fired somebody at Toyota, and they basically said your vacation is revoked. You have to be here.
Oh,
right.
Yeah, it was bullshit. But that's a whole other story. So I was supposed to
And
be
that was
there.
the year.
That was
we
the
were
year.
there. We were,
and
we-
my
we- I would
dad,
bring
my
up-
dad and Mike were there, and he was like, we were just like the bikes are, they're not locked like a Harley. Like most people don't lock the forks and shit like that. But people just like, holy shit. And they started rolling bikes away from the building because they're all lined up right in front.
Holy
that
shit.
thing got
Yeah.
white hot. That thing
Yeah.
got white hot.
So
That's
this
how hot
was
was
like, it was kind of a log
It was like-
cabiny kind of setup.
Yeah.
So it
That's
went
when,
up. It went up like that. Like it's amazing.
It was
Nobody
it
fucking
was
died.
done within like
Yeah.
2 hours,
Yeah.
if that. It was down to nothing. I mean,
I would have
Wow.
loved to just see like how that would like people would be like, we're gonna keep drinking, right?
yeah, no, well,
that's
because
how it would've been.
everybody like camps there, so it's like
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would bring up 2 of my business trucks, bring
Mm-hmm.
up my Decais. I brought up all my dirt bikes because we would be riding till like 3 o'clock in the morning, having the security guys in the little golf cars chasing us
Yeah.
around, just fucking playing cat and mouse all fucking night.
Yeah, we're
fucking
definitely going
drinking
this year
hard.
too. We should hook
Yeah, I'll
up.
be up
You
there.
guys gotta hang out. 'cause
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
He goes every
Yeah.
year, dude.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
guy-
I didn't go last year,
Blackthorn,
but I'll go.
Blackthorn by far is my favorite rally because it's laid back. It's
Dude,
like
this
nobody-
guy here, so we bring him up, right? So we have this like the guy that works at Woodstock Harley. He's the mechanic. Greg's his name, right? So we're like, okay. So he's like, all right. So we're like, I'm like, I just gotta fucking because I was up there Friday night partying until like 4 in the morning. I'm like, I gotta clear my head. So he's like, yeah, I'm gonna come up on Saturday. So we meet up with him. We hook up with Greg. We're like, all right, we're gonna go make a drug run. So we go down to Newburgh. I got a drug connection down there.
To
So we-
Newburgh, where
All right,
that's
you're
where you're
calling
So
Greg
hold
out
on,
right
hold
now.
on,
You're
hold
calling
on.
Greg out right now, just so you know we're on the fucking
So
radio.
Greg gives
But
me
what
like
the fuck
fucking
you
2
mean?
Percocets. He says, pop them now. It'll clear your head a little bit.
didn't
So
use his
we
last
do
name.
that, and then we
Sorry,
stop at Greg's house. He's got like this garage where he works on Harleys. He's a mechanic, right? So it's at his
I think
house.
I might know him.
He's up in Saugerties.
I bought my Buell
Greg
at
Merritt.
Woodstock.
Greg Merritt, yeah. So we go to his place, right? So then we got Coke, right? So we whip out a couple of big blasts, and he knows me. The first line is always the best line. So you do a big blast, right? So you know where that A&P is that you come up to 32 and it comes to 145?
Yep, sure.
I'm on my Ducati. I'm fucking twisted off my ass, flying. I'm like, right?
Literally.
We pull in
That's
the
what
parking
his
lot.
bike does.
Gertie's like,
His bike does that shit.
don't talk to anybody. Stay next to your motorcycle. I'll go in and get the beer. You just stay here. Do not talk to anybody. Just stay here. Don't draw attention to yourself.
And in your
okay,
mind,
I can do this. I can do this. Right?
and in
He
your
comes
mind,
out.
it's
I
just,
got like
he's
15
just like,
bikers talking to me. I'm like, he's like, oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
in your mind, it's just like, don't bother staying by the bike.
Yeah.
Go talk to as many people as you
Yeah.
possibly
No.
can.
Wow.
And let them know we're having a party,
Yeah.
too.
By the way,
That's the ground round all over again.
And that's when Gertie comes walking out. He's like, oh, Jesus, fucking again? Really? Okay. Anyway.
Holy shit. This has been a fucking
experience.
We are definitely gonna fucking party at Bike Week. One of those.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm 100% doing Laconia this year. 90%
yeah,
doing
we'll
always
Blackthorn.
do
We'll have to-
so.
He's
We're
always
going to figure out a way to get Hellride 102 to play Blackthorn.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
We'd be the
I
perfect
like your
band
thinking.
for fucking
We would-
Blackthorn.
we would kill that band.
Come
Yeah,
on, dude, let's do
let me
it.
talk to my dad. He might know a couple people.
Yeah, all right.
Really?
Seriously,
Let's
that-
do it,
all
dude.
about
Let's
that.
do it.
Our
Yeah.
music
Please.
is perfect for
Oh, yeah.
Blackthorn.
Oh, it's perfect.
It's
Yeah.
perfect for it.
I mean, especially,
Tips,
I mean, like, especially if you guys were like, well, fuck it, we'll play for free just for fun.
Oh,
give a
yeah,
shit.
we will.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because they
fucking
don't,
yeah.
they don't have,
400
in my
people,
opinion,
so.
they don't have enough live music during
Yeah, they
the
get
day.
that same ass
And we
band
fucking
They
that
just,
plays
they just
there
have the
every
same,
year.
same whatever bullshit.
Get that same
Yeah.
cover
Right.
band that
Hey,
whatever.
hey,
his-
hey, we're there. We're there.
You know how
playing
many
cover
fucking
music,
CDs
you know?
and shit you'll sell?
Yeah.
Get some T-shirts
Let's,
together.
Exactly.
Shit.
The
I just
thing
wanna
that
go.
the thing that I fucking learned with this podcast is just ask. Just ask.
Yeah.
It's amazing. We fucking interviewed Sponge, and I filmed them on the stage because I was like, "Fuck it, let's see if they want to do an interview."
The Church of Satan.
yeah,
We just
Church of
asked.
Satan. Fuck it.
They were like, "Yeah, well, come on."
Yeah, fuck it.
That's
I'll
all
go.
of that. All of that started. All of that
Shit.
started.
Wow, this should be
the
fun.
reason that you guys are
That'll
here is
be
because of
awesome.
Shadow Witch.
Hey, don't mind my dog just
Yeah,
getting
man.
the ball.
Because-
Oh yeah, Shadow Witch is the same
Shadow
thing.
Witch was we had the show. We'd been doing the show like a year and a half,
Mhm.
and it wasn't going anywhere. We were getting no traction. We
Oh,
were getting
blows.
very frustrated.
We saw them
But,
open for
yeah.
Corrosion and Conformity.
Yep.
Oh,
And,
yeah,
and
that was a
Mothership.
great
Yeah.
show. I love Mothership.
Mothership was
I was at the
fantastic.
Chance, right?
Yeah.
So
Mothership
we knew Shadow Witch from that show, and we were kind of struggling with the direction that the podcast was going to go. And I was like, "Hey man, can we figure out 5 mics?" And he's like, "Why?" And I was like, "Because I just booked Shadow Witch on the show."
Fucking people in there.
And he's
yeah.
like, "Holy shit, really?" And then we had all of them in, and it was just an insane podcast. That was
It was
probably
fantastic.
the
I couldn't even
80s,
tell you what number it was.
70s, 80s,
Yeah.
somewhere around there. So we're talking 75, 80 episodes ago now. But
Year and a half.
yeah, we
I'm
had.
like thinking you're
yeah.
saying the 70s, like
Oh, no.
Shadow Witch is that old?
No.
What? No.
Podcasting in the
What the fuck are you
70s.
talking about? Come on, Doug Beasley.
We had a
ain't that old.
podcast back in the 70s, man. You
I'm
don't
sorry,
even know.
man.
So we
Dude,
did.
you
we
don't
did
even know we had a podcast. In
like
the
over a
70s,
year worth of
bro.
episodes, and then never really kind of hit our stride. And then I was just like, I think we had a band in. I don't remember who it was
Yeah.
before that, and
don't
I was
think
kind of like the interview thing because like no one wants to hear the two of us bitch about Donald Trump
Or anybody else.
Like,
or whatever.
like this is pre-Donald
I think
Trump.
some people
but, like,
do want
it's
to
just
listen to you bitch about
turkey's
Donald
done.
Trump.
Turkey's done. Yep.
So that was the timer for that.
It's fine. Don't panic.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
All right, I gotta go break
Everything's
the
fine.
seal.
So
Sorry, Jay, but you fucked me up.
so I was like, nobody wants to hear us agree with each other for an hour and a half. we need some content.
Some spice, yeah.
So we brought Shadow Witch in. We had that episode, and they left, and we were both like, "Holy shit, that was fucking awesome!"
Yep.
And now,
I love those guys.
90% of my job for this show is just booking out talent. Just and we're consistently booked
okay.
out like 6 weeks.
That's
now. It's
right.
awesome.
We are calling
Really?
you talent.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm very
I've been
talented.
called many things.
I'm very
Talent is not
talented,
one
by
of
the
them.
way. All right, listen, I'm very talented.
But I'll throw out a couple of bands to you. Pitch Black Sunrise.
We've already
them
had
on
them
the
on.
show.
Oh, you had them on?
Absolutely. We
Oh,
love those
really?
guys. Yep. Nick
Yeah.
Negro.
Yeah, Nick is a character, man. I love
For
that
sure.
fucking
Yeah.
guy.
You kind of develop this community
Yeah,
around,
you know-
and I mean, like, honestly, like, we're very mad at him for not caring about the show for about a year now, but Logan Callahan really fucking helped us out a lot.
What
You
other
know?
bands? So we got Pitch Black.
We got Pitch Black. Have you done Freak Switch?
No, Freak Switch.
But I
wait,
want
is
them
it,
on the
it's
show. I don't know.
Freak Switch Von Awesomeish, I believe, is the
Yeah.
full name of the band. But yeah, we've been told to get them on because they're wild guys.
They're a bunch of really good dudes.
Yeah.
Actually, for a brief time when Doug left, the story of when we did the wedding,
Mm-hmm.
the drummer for Freak Switch was playing with us at the time.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
Yeah, Mike. Scratch. Going out to you, long-haired.
Scratch.
Well, I mean,
cool
we
name,
will.
man.
Long-haired
Why
freak.
don't
we
I
will
have a
definitely
cool
reach out if
nickname
we
like
can.
that?
Yeah,
Why
we-
did
if
anybody
you,
give
if
They would
you
definitely
know,
do that.
if you know anybody, just send them our info and
Absolutely, man. Because
I noticed that on the back of your CD, you, a special thanks to Innis or It's Not Night, It's Space.
Yeah, that's my boy.
And that's another
we
band that
reach
we were
out to them
looking
because
to get on.
because
Really?
Doug,
That'd be no problem.
Doug was just like,
that's my
you
boys.
need to check
Like
out this band.
hardcore. Those are my boys.
They're wild. They're wild.
I
band.
see them every day.
You know,
Kev.
I get the
call
whole
him Kev Rock. Kev Rock is man, dude.
I get the whole like just music thing, like the no vocals thing, but
That's
just like a
against you.
line or
That's
two
against
would
you, dude.
really pull it all together.
Yeah,
Dead Empires just got a singer. That was like this is their first album with
Yeah,
a lead singer, and even though it is screaming and yelling, which I happen to enjoy, but it for me it helps enhance the band and everything. I'm not much of a jam band kind of guy, but like they're an excellent. It's Night at Space is an excellent band. I wish I had a little bit of vocals.
If you want to check out what he's talking about, the episode is called 12-Minute Super Jammer.
You guys had Kevin those guys in here
yes.
or no? Yeah.
No, they're
Dead
looking to get him in.
Dead Empires.
Oh, Dead Empires.
Yeah.
I like Dead
But
Empires.
we need
dude. Those
to
guys are
reach
mad
out
cool.
to them because we keep hearing that they're awesome.
All right. I'm gonna get Kev. He's my buddy.
Yeah,
man. He's like
just,
my buddy. I see him
just
every day.
tell him
What's up?
message us on Facebook or email.
Yeah, we'll get him in here. That's no problem.
adamdeadradio@gmail.com.
He will be in here.
They would
man.
be.
He would love
They
to
would
meet
be
you
so
guys,
happy
dude.
to do this.
We're
Oh,
booked
I might
out.
come
We're
by.
booked out
Would
to like
you guys mind if
mid-April.
I come by and just get drunk too and hang out?
Yeah, you can just sit in the chair.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Like, I'll be nowhere near a microphone. I promise you.
As long as you get a vape, he's good, and then it'll keep him quiet too.
Like, you can keep me quiet all you want, but
I don't
Keep
know.
the vape
It's
in
been
the
pretty
Evan
tricky.
Williams going, it's going.
The past 2 hours have been pretty tricky.
Can we?
So
I thought I was the least.
Are we talking about other
vocal
songs?
of these
or?
two? Look at these fuckers.
What's up?
We're just
Are
fucking
we
with it.
gonna
We're just fucking with it.
talk about other songs or no?
I think we're about
So
to we're
probably
end it. Here.
we're probably gonna end
We
it.
like
'cause
to
I
keep
have
it like about
I have
2
to
hours.
Be up and
Oh
go
yeah,
on a
he's
cruise
going on.
tomorrow.
Adam's going
But
on
we
a cruise.
We can definitely throw a couple at the
Is
end.
it a booze cruise?
Well, you know what? Talk about Morbid Fear real quick.
Yeah.
It's about the Frankenstein monster.
Ooh.
Okay.
Morbid Fear is actually my second favorite song.
So how
Really?
about
I love
how
that.
about,
That's awesome.
As we're
nice
going
the
out,
lyrics
fucking
to it.
heavy slow jam. Yeah, I like it.
he'll play the outro music, and then we'll just throw them on the end for the podcast listeners.
Sure.
What do you think?
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Lovely.
Morbid Fear is cool. It's
Or
a
fuck
real
it, we'll
quick
just
story.
play Morbid
It's
Fear
about-
for the outro.
Morbid
As a
Fear is
bed?
about me being in school, and Frankenstein monster came to visit me.
Yeah,
And-
he's
'cause
like,
I was
"What's up?"
getting bullied, and the Frankenstein monster was like, "Fuck you! You don't go messing with my boy." And that's kind of where the theme came from.
That's awesome.
Wild.
It's also insane,
I was
but
taking
also
a 9-volt
totally
battery.
fucking
Dude,
insane.
I was out in
man.
the playground where the basketball court was in the dream, and then he like started like losing power. So I'm like running around, driving.
You
around,
are
like,
insane.
We need some batteries, and I'm like grabbing 9-volt batteries. I'm like, "Oh, come on, man! You can do this! You can do this!"
Also a
Never
great
mind.
music video.
You are
For
That
sure.
should be drawn by
Insane
Todd
video.
McFarlane.
Too much LDS,
Right?
Yeah, I get it.
Too much
Yeah.
LDS,
Ooh, here comes
motherfucker.
another flashback.
Whoa.
All
You're
right.
fucked up, man.
Hey,
Well,
Jay.
What?
Whoa.
Whoa.
On that note,
Well, we are Hellride 102. Hopefully, we've been entertaining, if nothing else.
So we are gonna do some plugs for you guys.
yeah, the
but-
proper
but
plug.
first.
The proper plug here is facebook.com/hellride102. No spaces in that. Give them a shout. Tell them that you heard them from us, or also reach out to us. Any first person who reaches out to us gets 2 tickets and their CD. 2 tickets for this Saturday, March 10th, at the Chance in Poughkeepsie.
Don't all
It's
jump up at
Matthew's
once.
birthday.
Yeah,
Happy
and
birthday,
the
Matt-
anniversary
Matthew.
of Citizen Dick playing with Sweetwater and Mang.
Yes.
In singles. Sorry, we're grunge guys.
Yeah.
God, that
So,
is that movie Singles? Really?
Yeah. Matt Dillon was the lead
that
singer.
good was about that was
Yeah.
Alice in Chains being in that.
Yeah.
Right? Wasn't Alice in Chains in that?
Yeah.
Yes, they were.
Yeah,
And Pearl Jam and Soundgarden.
Yeah, so Matt Dillon was the lead singer from the band, and they played on March 10th.
Yep.
I have a T-shirt somewhere.
Also, check out.
wait.
Also, give us a hand at patreon.com/deadradiopodcast for
Oh no shit.
donate to the show monthly. $1, $1 gets you a sticker at least. couple stickers. I don't know. We'll send you a whole fucking fleet of stickers. I don't know.
Stickers are free. Just give us a fucking
The more you
dollar.
donate, the better bands they will get.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Helps us get better
better equipment.
it'll help-
Maybe everybody could have a bendy.
I'd like to give a shout out to Jay's black cock on the table too.
It's not mine, dude. These guys had this already here. It was
He
not
likes
mine,
black
man.
cocks.
I keep on hearing the
He's
dong
from New
gong.
Paltz. It's way go.
The dong gong.
The dong
That's
gong.
what it's called
I
now.
like a dong gong. I'm not saying I don't like it. It's just that it's not mine.
We never had a name for it. Now we do.
Now we do.
You
It's
do
called the
now.
dong gong.
Also, check out Zazzle.com/deadradiopodcast if you want a T-shirt or a coffee cup or stick. What do we got? Buttons. Still working on the cufflinks. We got a bath mat. Dead Radio bath mat. Also,
No one's bought that. yet.
Zazzle.com/deadradiopodcast.
I tell you what, if you respond today, within the next 5 minutes, you will get an autographed empty bottle from Dead Radio Podcast.
Because there's a lot of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, the big thing this year for us is HV Creator Fest at HV Creator Fest on Facebook.com. It's a festival celebrating local Hudson Valley creators, entertainers, musicians, anything.
If you make stuff, that's what we're about.
Yeah, and we're gonna have a bunch of bands. Pitch Black was one of them. They're gonna be there. Just HV Creator Fest on Facebook. Check it out. We've got the full lineup there and everything like that. It's gonna be on May 12th.
Just to help you.
It
does that
goes
all
from
the
noon
time,
to
by the
6.
Yeah, and it's 46 Raymond Avenue in Poughkeepsie. It's right next to Crafted Cup. If
Which
you
is
know
at
where-
44 Raymond Avenue
Yeah,
in Poughkeepsie, New York.
Oh, yeah, we haven't been plugging it properly.
No, we have. Every
Have we?
episode.
All
yeah,
right.
sure.
Ruh-roh.
Fine, I believe you. So if you know where the Juliet is in Poughkeepsie, it's right near there.
Yeah. It's right down the road.
The big thing is we have about 10 to 15 spots open for vendors.
Mhm.
So if you know anybody or you are an artist, and by artist I mean someone who's making
You guys
something.
go to Tap New York at all? Or?
I can't.
Yeah, he
It's
can't-
just
he can't
miserable
drink
for me.
anything.
Because
Yeah,
I
he
can't have any beer.
drink anything.
Oh, that's right. What am I
like,
talking
we're gonna have we've got
Go
about
to Tap, right?
3
Are
or
you on
4
that list?
brewers that have vendors, and then we've got Misto Mead's gonna do one, and Salt Point Meadery. So there's gonna be a bunch of tastings. We're hoping to do like beer on tap and all kinds of stuff. But
And not only that,
it's
we
all
got artists
in the
Lou
works.
Agresta, Louis C.
Yeah.
Peterson. We have soap makers, soap and what's the word I'm looking for? Hygiene products? Not even
Sure.
like bombs
Yeah.
and salves. A Nomadic Boutique. They were on
It's
the show.
just like
I
handmade-
tasted some of their
handmade
soap.
products.
It doesn't taste as good as it
Taste
smells.
it.
Can you jerk off with it? That's
Hey,
all
it's
that
things
matters.
to make your skin
It
happy.
doesn't make your dick
Do whatever you
stink
want.
when you're jerking
I
off to it,
haven't.
right?
I'm sure they would love to know if
Jay,
I did
yeah,
that.
Jay, do you
I
have
don't
any-
want to
next
know.
next time Corey comes into work, just be like, you know what?
I can't jerk off to this. It doesn't make my dick stink. Okay, that's good.
So
Anyway.
yeah,
That's right.
Anyway,
Why am I
moving
thinking
on.
like the American Bandstand review?
What?
It's got a good slickness. It doesn't hurt my dick.
It's got good texture.
I'll give it a 9.5.
It's just
I'll
sticky.
give it a 9.5.
It's just sticky enough to make it real. Ew.
So anyway,
So
Got weird
yeah,
again,
definitely
didn't
HV Creator Fest on Facebook. Reach out to us if you're looking to be a vendor. We definitely still have some spots. We're up to about like 25 or so right now, but we want to. I would like to get that to 40.
food, booze, and music, and
Yeah.
local craftsmen.
Yeah,
That's
What
how
more
it's
could you
made.
ask
yeah,
for?
we got Twisted Soul doing food.
Sure.
We've got
New
New
Nellies?
Nellies, which is Dominican
Who
food.
is it?
So
It's
good
food,
food,
man.
man.
You guys want
I
to check
like
those
the
guys
spot.
out there on Raymond Avenue? It's
You haven't
good,
met Hot
man.
man.
They're really good.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Our tangy is like most people's take me to the hospital. I am dead serious. Me and this
Yeah.
guy like eat hot food like we'd kill
Well,
most
Abby
people.
normal.
Abby something.
Well, you guys should definitely come
Yeah,
out.
we know.
It's going to be a fun day. Are we ready?
oh
to-
yeah, that's right.
Do we want to
I
do
don't-
plugs and then titles? Are we done with plugs?
We're done with plugs.
We're done with
so,
plugs.
I don't know. You guys have probably noticed. Adam has been compiling a list of possible show titles. Whatever we choose here is going to be the title of this show. So,
Lovely.
let's run them.
I want to
down
hear the one that you got written down.
The one
first.
I have, which I think is probably in the lead. I don't know. I haven't
yeah.
been seeing what you got. Mine is drugs, rock and roll, and appliance installations.
Pretty good.
I would just say LDS.
Yeah.
Real-
So I've got wow, that's salty.
Taken out of context, it's
Yeah.
pretty good.
This is how you roll a joint, you stupid fuck.
Sorry, Jay.
13 accidents and no fatalities.
I like that one.
That's a good
Well,
one.
that's Otto from.
That's real shit. That's real shit.
At least it's not Port Jervis.
That's fine. That's fine.
Kidney stones are nothing to laugh at. Did you get the job?
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah. That got weird, didn't it?
I like that one.
A musical whore.
Mm-hmm.
And vaping a Tide Pod.
Vaping
That's
a
not
Tide Pod.
happening.
Yeah.
Which that's gonna get clicks.
It's very topical. That's very topical. I'm
So
not gonna
for
lie to you,
me,
man.
Winner,
for
chicken
me,
dinner.
I'm
That's
between.
that's a South Park
I'm
shit.
between
That's like
vaping
South
a Tide
Park
Pod,
one, like-
the one you got there, and wow, that's salty.
I would say vaping a Tide Pod /LDS.
Listen, just so you know, that's like one of those South Park titles right there.
No.
That.
Can we do? Can we do vaping a Tide Pod? It's not LDS.
How about we hashtag?
Well,
it's
you
not
can't.
LDS.
But that's the thing. There's
Bang.
kind of room. Like you can't make it up. You can't. Like it has to be a quote from the show.
Yeah.
That
So
there's
here's
kind
the
of
thing.
rules to it.
So let's go with this. All right.
know that.
I'll be the deciding factor. We'll call the show episode number 154, vaping a Tide Pod. We'll hashtag. It's what was it? LDS.
It's not LDS.
It's not LDS. And I would also like to hashtag wow, that's salty.
Jim Kirk would be proud of us today. Shout out to William Shatner.
You cannot.
That's so funny because I thought
You
that
cannot go wrong with wow, that's salty.
Yeah, that's like that's pretty serious. Wow.
Somehow there's no downside.
Well, the band's called Hellride 102. They're on Facebook.com/Hellride102. They're playing at the Chance this Saturday. That's May.
Come
that's
check
March
us out.
10th. Check these guys out. They're a wild bunch of.
Always burping. Why do you always burp? You're burping on the microphone.
It's a
and
Gertie thing. You gotta understand
Why
Gertie.
you always.
It's a process, dude. It's a process.
His brother Randy sends his
We're on the
videos of him
radio
farting,
right
so
now.
what
You
the
gotta
hell?
be burping like while we're on the radio. I'm sorry.
Guys, thank you so much for coming on, man. This
Love
has
you
been,
guys,
This
man.
has been a lesson in I don't know what.
A lesson in talking over people.
A lesson
This
in
has been a lesson
retardation.
how
in
you
the
feel all
monkeys
the time
running the
dealing
A
with
zoo.
lesson in retardation.
It's like the monkeys running the zoo.
Yeah.
You understand
Don't you
what's
guys
going
remember
on
the
here?
Banana Splits? Were you guys around when you watched the Banana Splits in the fucking
is that?
Saturday
I don't.
morning
One
show?
banana, two
You don't
banana,
remember the
three
Banana
banana,
Splits?
four.
I don't
Holy
remember
shit,
that.
you are a
Really?
young person.
I don't remember that.
We're a bit young.
Banana Splits. You don't remember the Banana
Well,
Splits?
young compared to you guys.
I've eaten a
That's
Well,
when
yeah.
the monkeys had their TV show out. It was the Banana Splits.
Yeah, that was
I have no
All right, the
idea
banana
what the
splits-
fuck you were
the,
talking about.
the
son.
monkeys was
Saturday
not.
morning
Yeah,
cartoons.
that was
it was
not
the
my
Banana
lifetime.
Splits.
I mean, maybe when I was like a baby, but
The Banana Splits.
The
Google
monkeys.
Your
it.
parents, yeah, they remember the
Yeah.
monkeys. They remember the banana splits.
I mean, I know what the monkeys are. Cause
Hey,
like,
hey, with the
like
monkeys.
Simpsons references, but
They are monkeys.
we actually
They suck and they can't.
Wait a
play
minute.
music for
Wait,
shit.
one more story.
Coco the monkey.
All right, we have a story. Coco the monkey. We did a show up at Bethel
gotta
Woodstock
tell you,
in
they
front of
suck.
about 2,000 people, and we had my singer got this monkey, and he ran around with this little hat to collect drugs from all the the crowd.
What are you talking
And this
about?
little monkey would run up and just like take the little hat and flip it upside down, and there'd be like mushrooms.
Are you talking
LSD.
about a real monkey?
They
Yeah,
taught a
Coco
monkey
the
to steal
monkey.
drugs?
Coco, and we named him Coco the monkey.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
so they taught a monkey to steal drugs
Yeah.
from people?
And no, they just gave him to him. They
Is
just
this-
gave him to him.
Are you sure this
'Cause
isn't like
Are you
getting
sure you
interviewed
weren't
by
on
a
drugs
mouse?
when
Yeah.
you like knew?
This is a real story. Coco
You
the
give
monkey.
a monkey
Yeah.
drugs, he's
And
gonna
then Gertie
steal
took
some
the
more.
song,
I got news
hey,
for
hey,
you.
remember the song, Hey, Hey with the Monkeys? So, Gertie, go
so
ahead.
I rewrote it to he's Coco the monkey.
Hey, hey.
All right, well,
He's
there's only
Coco the
918
monkey,
posts
partying
for
his
Coco the
monkey
monkey.
around.
What is wrong with you people? What is wrong with you people? I'm sorry.
March 10th at the Chance, everyone. Hellride 102.
God knows what's
Good
gonna
luck
happen
with that.
then.
All right, guys, thank you so much for coming on. This was wild.
It's something else. Thank
All
you
right,
so
kids.
much.
Next week we're off next week, so
I will be in the Caribbean.
Oh, lucky
Brother,
bastard.
God bless you, brother.
download an old episode and listen to it.
No,
if
I'm
you want.
gonna put out some stuff on YouTube.
Or listen to this
Alright.
again. Who
You're gonna be on a
knows?
cruise ship putting something out? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, I paid a lot of money for fucking internet, so I will.
Dude,
All right, well,
bless you, man. You're gonna have a blast.
We'll see you all in a couple weeks. Let's see real quick who we got on the 19th. Nobody at the moment, but we'll figure it out.
An actual
No, we
serious
have.
band.
We don't have anybody on the 19th.
It doesn't say here, but you might have
I
an
might not
updated
have
thing.
updated. Hang on, just give me a second. Rock and Steve.
Oh shit!
No way, Blob of Steve.
Mad Mike and Rockin' Steve.
Oh my God,
Yeah, yeah.
dude.
Yes.
I mean, they're not dead, so yes, they're still around.
Is he an actual musician?
I actually worked intern for
Yeah.
Mad Mike and Coop. Rest in
Really?
peace.
So
Yeah.
Rocket Steve actually is like still around.
He's still around. Mad Mike is coming in with Rockin' Steve. Possible call in by John
Blob of
Tobin.
Steve? Is he still a Blob of Steve, or is he?
I have no idea. I
Is he
haven't
a
talked to Rockin'
musician,
Steve. He just was just like, hey, I wanna get on the show over there.
Hey, I'm Blob of Steve.
All right, kids. We'll see you 2 weeks. Thanks for listening. See you.
Anything could happen.
Thanks a lot,
Enjoy
guys.
the night.
Try it out.